All right, guys. So tonight we are going to be closing out our spooky season with a curse.
That's right, our final live Halloween special of the year. We're diving into the most chaotic, controversial, and cult-driven era of the Halloween franchise.
Michael Myers is finally back. The body counts are higher, and the mystery of Thorn takes over the legend.
It's Halloween 4, 5, and 6, the Thorn Trilogy. Family bloodlines, cult conspiracies, and more confusion than Dr. Loomis can handle.
and joining us for this wild Halloween send-off is our friend, our brother, Chris, bearded film guy.
AKA bearded booklet guy. So grab your candy, turn off the lights, and let's finish the spooky season the right way.
With the shape,
the curse,
and the
Cult
of Thorn.
Thorn.
I met him 15 years ago. I was told there was nothing left. No reason, no conscience, no understanding, and even the most rudimentary sense of life or death, of good or evil, right or wrong. I met this 6-year-old child with this blank, pale, emotionless face and the blackest eyes, the deathless eyes. I spent 8 years trying to reach him, and then another 7 trying to keep him locked up, because I realized that what was living behind that boy's eyes was purely and simply evil.
What happened in here? Tell me what happened. Or did Michael kill? Did Michael kill again?
I believe in Michael Myers, deranged serial killer, the Boogeyman. Well, you should.
6 bodies, Sheriff! That's what I've seen! Between here and Richmond! A filling station in flames! I tell you, Michael Myers is here! In this town!
Told you. My suggestion is termination. Yes, it's the end of Michael. There's nothing to be gained from keeping evil alive.
These eyes will deceive you. They will destroy you. They will take from you your innocence, your pride, and eventually your soul.
What's up, boys? Mikey Mayo here.
Mike. I
love that.
That was great. You know what's funny is that was perfect. We were planning on going to Spirit and getting a couple of masks.
Yeah.
They're expensive.
This is from Haunt. We have the full collection of the Haunt masks. This was the closest to the clown mask I could find.
Wait, do you have the witch?
Yeah, we have all of them.
That's one of my favorite masks, is the witch.
Yeah. We have all of them.
Wait, turn off your camera and then put it back on.
You want me to turn off my camera and put it back on?
Yeah, and then turn it back on with the witch mask on. Yeah. He just comes back. He's like,
Hold on. I gotta find it.
That's funny. Little detour on this one.
Yeah.
Let's see what we got here. Oh, the peepee is here.
What's up, peepee dangler?
What's up, guys? Just watched the producer's cut and Curse for the first time earlier this week. Not sure how I feel about it yet. Not surprising. You and a lot of people, myself included, took me a bit. It's definitely it changes the movie like crazy, but it I don't know. They made some questionable decisions in that cut.
Oh yeah.
It almost makes you understand. Oh, okay, I see why they did the theatrical. Oh, we're just going through all of them. Okay.
I love it.
Well, while Chris is having some show and tell.
Ooh.
Oh, dude, he literally has them all. That's cool. Okay, I just watched Haunt last week, dude. I love Haunt. I think it's a fun movie. There you go.
That's the one.
What's up, man?
What's up, dude?
What's going on?
It's great to see you, Alexander.
The ghost.
I just realized that the witch is the only one that's hanging up, so I can't put it on.
Oh man, that's okay. The one I really wanted, but it's fine.
It's okay. We'll make it work.
I'm sorry
That's
to
okay.
let you down.
It's all right. It's all right. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it.
I saw
but-
PP Dangler was here.
Yeah, oh
He
yeah,
is.
dude.
Just dangling around.
Right there he is, right there. The legend,
The legend, PP Dangler.
Mr. PP, I call him
For short.
for short. Yeah, he's a Sir PP. Anyways, guys, welcome back, everyone, and happy Halloween. I'm Jordan from the Movie Den, and tonight is our final Halloween live special for this this Halloween season.
Yep. And I'm JC from Face the Movies, and we've been counting down all month long, but we saved the most cursed trilogy for last, the Halloween Thorn Trilogy.
So, of course, that's Halloween 4, Return of Michael Myers, 5, Revenge of Michael Myers, and 6, the Curse of Michael Myers, the era where things got dark, weird, and totally off the rails in the best possible way.
This is a trilogy that tried to explain the Boogeyman, gave us the Cult of Thorn, a family curse, and some of the wildest moments in the entire franchise.
Yep. And then, of course, as you guys all saw, we've got Chris, Mikey Mayo. Apparently, Mikey Mayo is here, or Bearded Film Guy.
What's up?
Or bearded buff guy, or bearded booklet guy, whichever one he
Bearded
chooses.
buff guy.
So, fun fact, my wife and I and my brother-in-law, we saw the Thorn Trilogy in 35 millimeter at the Colonial Theater where they filmed The Blob. And we left at the end of 5. So, yeah, just so you know.
With
Well,
this, this wasn't your first time seeing it though, was it?
No, I mean, I had seen them before, but
Oh,
never in
okay.
a theater. Yeah, we saw it at a theater.
Okay.
Well, Jordan, we're going to have to cut the most passionate horror creator out there in a walking Michael Myers encyclopedia out of the introduction, since he walked out of 5.
I mean,
No.
That's still a passion. Just
No, I'm kidding. Yeah. No.
Yeah, we walked out after 5. We weren't going to sit through 6. No way. No.
Well, I think if you guys want to know what his favorite one is,
There we
or
go.
at least there it is.
Well, okay, hold up. All right, listen. I don't hate Halloween 6. It's kind of like Halloween H2O to me. It's like it's such a different approach to it. It's just not my preferred, my speed. I really like Halloween 5, unabashed fan of Halloween 5. I love Halloween 4.
Halloween 4 is great.
Yeah.
Arguably, other than 3, one of the most Halloween-esque theme movies, I think.
Yeah.
Those opening credits.
Yeah. Heck yeah, dude.
Whoever uploaded that to Instagram as a reel without the title cards, stroke of genius. I love you to whoever did that. I just randomly put it on. Yep.
Let's see. Alexander. Mikey Mayo's second mask is giving I do not need dental work.
Yeah. True. Yeah, you don't need it.
And what's going on, Eli? What's up, dude?
What's up, Eli?
What's up?
Let's see. Don't forget to slash that like button and sub to all these awesome channels. Thank you, man.
Man, Eli sounds like the real PP Dangler here.
He's dangling, man.
Yeah, he's guys, you know, a lot of the times, especially when we all get together, you guys, I don't know what to say. You guys just make me laugh. It's hilarious. Just like, okay, well, okay.
I was on Jake's channel, Steelbook Obsessed. I was on his podcast, which is incredible, by the way. And I had to apologize for him. I was like, I'm so sorry for the amount of tangents that I randomly go on, and he was like, "No, dude, it's great." I was like, "I just want to make sure." I was like, because I'm fucking retarded.
Hey, you can't say that, okay?
Oh shit!
We just got flagged. There we go. We just got flagged.
Hey,
okay.
You can only say it if you are.
I'm sorry.
If it's warranted, I guess. Let's see. Yay makes me happy. No one trashed 5. I don't get the hate for that film, and I don't get the hate for Tina. I love Tina.
Oh, Alex, you better watch what you say, man. Jordan's gonna go after you for liking Tina.
No, I think she's just annoying and unbearable. But I mean, whatever. If you like that kind of unbearable person, more power to you. Everyone's got their flavor, I guess.
Well, that's a perfect segue. Speaking of flavors, because I wanted to ask you guys, since we're already talking about them, which version of the Michael Myers in 4, 5, and 6, which one's your guys' favorite out of the 3?
Chris, you go ahead.
You're an honored guest, Chris.
The blonde Michael Myers that shows up in the middle of Halloween 4 for some reason.
I remember that. I was like, what the hell?
That's my favorite iteration. Remember in the school, Jordan, when Michael Myers pops out, he's blonde.
No, is he really?
Yeah. They mixed up the mask and they didn't have time to fix it. They put the wrong mask on him.
Would they put the mask from 2?
I don't know. That was my question. I'm like, why is there a blonde mask laying around? Yeah.
Wow. That's funny.
I think Halloween 4, if you're talking serious, Halloween 4 is the best of the 3.
Now, are you talking Myers himself? So you go 4 as well.
4, yeah, go 4, yeah. But a special call out to the blonde Michael Myers that has like 3 seconds of screen time in the middle of Halloween 4. Yeah,
underappreciated,
underseen,
underappreciated,
undervalued,
Yep,
dude, that's a
underrepresented.
That's it. See, for me, man, I felt like 4. Like I do know after this whole week of talking about Halloween, we were explaining that 4 is the mask from the original, but it was like because of the person's shape of their head, it looked so different. But then I don't know, dude. Like I didn't hate it. I felt like number 6 had I felt like it had the more representation, like the better look, and also like body type. Like it.
Well, no, Halloween 2 was the same mask.
Oh, it wasn't 4. I thought it was 4. Also,
yeah. So Halloween 1 was Nick Castle, and then they took the same exact mask and put it on. Was it Dick Warlock? Was that his name?
Mm-hmm.
They put it, which he has a wider face, so it stretched it out more.
That's what it was.
Okay. I believe 4 is a completely different one.
Oh, okay.
There's no love for 5 where his eyes are like this big,
or 5 where he has the spread gills on his neck.
I hated that so much.
Like what goes out here, and his hair he has like Super Saiyan hair almost.
So he couldn't tuck his freaking shirt.
Super Saiyan 3 hair where it just kind of spikes backwards.
Spikes backwards.
That's what it looks like. Look it up.
I actually have a signed George Wilbur photo that my brother-in-law gave me for my birthday. For Halloween 4, Halloween 6.
That's cool.
Played Michael Myers. It's cool. Yeah, I don't know if he did 5. I don't think so.
My favorite, at least visually, I think 6 visually out of the 3. Character wise, I don't know. If I'm just looking at a Michael and you show me a line of Michaels, I would say 6. I like the look of, but as a whole package, 4 is the best.
You like his behavior more, like the way he kills and just.
Yeah, I guess. To me, he looks more. The mask at least looks more traditional than.
Yeah.
Especially 5, where he's got Dumbo ears. His ears like stick out, dude. On 5.
They just decided, they're like, you know what? Anything that we could mess up on that Michael Myers mask, let's just do it for 5.
Yeah, it's like they forgot to Velcro the back flap.
Yeah,
so it just kept like, you know what I mean, pushing out on them. I think it was Halloween 4, was it, where he's real puffy because they like stuffed him.
He's like a jumpsuit. It looks like
he's like full of air.
Yeah, that's what it looks like.
Dude,
Like, you know those Halloween costumes where you fill up there, like the
Mhm.
dinosaurs or the
Mhm.
T-Rexes run that's kinda what he was wearing, it looked like.
I was
Yeah.
waiting for him to catch fire at some point because he looked like he was wearing one of those fire suits. Like, it was so I was waiting, I was like, "Is there gonna be a fire at some point?"
He looks like how Michael looked at the end of 2 when he walks out of the room on fire, how all puffy.
Exactly, that's what
Yeah.
I was waiting for. I was like, "Oh, any minute now."
Yeah, I feel like I feel like 6 is probably my favorite overall Myers performance of the 3. 4, he's so stiff. 5, I feel like he loosened up a little bit, but the mask is so bad. So 6 is probably the best balance of the both,
Yeah.
Mhm.
I think.
I think it's funny and I was noticing this in 5, near the end, kind of where, Loomis is confronting Michael in the whole scene where he's like, just give me your knife or whatever," and he reaches for it. The whole time, Michael is always like this.
Mhm.
Everything he does, his knife is, it's never like if you just walk, your knife would be down. But no, it's like every little turn, it's just
Like, he's doing the Mr.
tries to
Roboto.
get it in frame. Am I in frame? He's posing the whole time. That's what I feel like.
It's me when I'm trying to when I'm filming an unboxing video.
Yeah.
And you'll see the movie come at the bottom of the frame and then I move it. I'm like, oh, hold up. It's like
That's what it looks like. Yeah.
relatable. I get that.
That's funny. That's funny.
But yeah, we did. Yeah, we saw these at the Colonial Theater where they filmed the Blob in Pennsylvania, and it was super cool. Because Halloween 5 has always been, at one point I liked Halloween 5 more than 4, and then I grew up and then I realized that 4 was the better of the two. But no, I genuinely like Halloween 5. I do think it's like the Keystone Cops is silly.
God, I hate that.
Loomis is a menace.
Dude.
But there's a certain direction to that movie that I really, really like. There's almost like this European sensibility to it. And there's some visual stuff in the field with the car and all that I really, really like. So I always come back to Halloween 5, positively.
Oh, dude, that car chase scene I love that scene.
Yeah,
At the
yeah,
end.
it's so cool, man. But Halloween 4 feels the most influential to me to David Gordon Green's trilogy because of the mob mentality and kind of
Mhm.
the chaos, where you really focus in on the town's reaction to what's happening.
Yeah.
Um, so I really love what 4 does, and 4 feels, it's like if you go from 2 to 4, it feels in the same realm, not as great of visual direction going
Mhm.
from Dean Cundy shooting the movie to not, but it still feels in the same family.
Yeah.
Well, did you guys like the visual for 6? Because, I mean, just rewatching it, I kept thinking how it really reminded me of the Blumhouse trilogy and that cinematic look, like where Michael's coming up the stairs on that roof and all that smoke or that fog and everything. It just felt pretty cinematic compared to, like, it felt very modern cinematic compared to the other ones.
I think visually shot, I guess the quality of the camera, I don't know if that's the way you say it. The color grading of it does have a
Yeah.
more modern cinematic feel. I could see that.
Like, it
It's
was
it's
atmospheric.
punchier.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I don't, you know, I love 90s horror, man, but I feel like there's something to it from with franchises that start in the 80s and move into, or the 70s technically. And go into the 90s, there's a style that just doesn't fit it. I don't know what it is. It's like I said, same with H2O. There's just something about the 90s sensibility. I don't. Also, it's the wine scenes absolutely chopping up everything they get
Yeah.
their hands on,
Yeah.
Yep.
but I like Paul Rudd. I love Loomis in Halloween 6. How he's just kind of so far removed from it and now he's gonna get pulled back in. That movie's just it's a mess, dude. And both cuts are really hard to follow. Both feel incomplete.
Mhm.
Every time I watch it, I can't just turn my brain off from the fact that all that happened and just enjoy it, because 5 minutes in, I'm like, what the hell's happening?
Yep.
I will say though, Halloween 6 does have an incredible score,
That's
especially
the
the
rock and
producers
roll
cut.
score, right?
Yeah, but even the
Mhm.
producers cut, the extra like the it gets a little I don't want to say the grapey, I guess is the best way to put it. But in the opening scene of the producers cut, like all that music, I love.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's that's when I started adding the guitar
Mhm.
into the
Yeah,
mix.
I think I like the score of it.
I with 6, I feel like with Halloween Ends, they copied the character of Loomis, because if you notice in Halloween Ends how she kind of tries to get over it, she's writing the book and all that stuff, Floria's. And then in this one with Loomis in Halloween 6, he's writing his book also, his manuscript. And then he's
Mhm.
also like try to clean up his act and get away from it. And I wonder if the Blumhouse trilogy, they got some inspiration from this trilogy somehow, because there's quite a few things in there.
I'm sure there is. Definitely, especially with Halloween Kills, the whole mob thing.
Yeah, so yeah, exactly.
I think there's a lot of, I think every Halloween, the original movies up to Resurrection, I think they're all in some sense like in the DNA of the later trilogy, the David Gordon Green trilogy.
Yeah.
In like the most minor ways. It could even been like they were like, "Oh, that's a great idea for the character." You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Um it's so funny, dude, because as time goes on, I know we're not talking about the David Gordon Green trilogy, but every year that trilogy gets higher and higher and higher for me in the pantheon of the Halloween
Mhm.
movies. And the Rob Zombie ones get lower and lower and lower. So there's a weird thing happening here. That's
The David Gordon Green ones, yeah, I think I agree, and especially after talking with Nick from Lost River Drive-In, he like he pumped me up for Ends again
Yeah.
because
dude
I
ends.
know Ends. A lot of people do not like it. Obviously, I know
Yeah.
that, but and I always liked it. But man, he'll definitely get you really liking it, and I noticed that
Mhm.
when I'm talking with him.
I
It Oh, no, go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say I'd have to find it, but I remember posting a picture of something from Halloween Ends on Instagram like the day it premiered, and I said that like people are gonna hate this movie now, but like in 15 years people are gonna love it, and I still think it's gonna hit that trajectory. You know?
It's similar to Halloween 3 when that came out.
Yeah.
No one liked it. Even I would say pretty recently, everyone hated it, and there seems to be a shift with that movie.
It's just that the Ends, and not to get too sidetracked, but Ends is definitely the type of film that it's not like the traditional Halloween movie. There's a lot more messaging behind this film compared to just the typical slasher. It's like an end of an era. There's the whole love dynamic, the trauma bonding. There's the getting past it, the closure. It's
Mm,
just there's so much more messaging in this. Not to mention like the music, it's different, the tone is different. Like it looks like it's the end of Halloween. I mean, which it is, but it's really showing how it's trying to get away from it and do its
yeah.
own thing. Um, but it's a great film, dude. Like I love Ends. Like I love it.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, and I love. I mean, just to bring it back, like Halloween 4. The funny thing about Halloween 4 to me is like the very quick Mustafa Akkad being like, okay, clearly we need to have Myers back. Like,
Yeah.
no joke, he needs to come back.
Well, I mean, he got burned. I mean, he got hit pretty hard with 3.
Yeah.
And I had talked about it. It sucks with 3 because you had Tommy Lee Wallace, who was, heavily involved in the other 2, and he had the opportunity to do 2, turned it down, and did 3. And the reception of that's got to be tough.
Yeah, I mean, I imagine it is, but there. This is why it's so great, like the longevity of film, and
Mhm.
unfortunately, a lot of these guys who were our age then are not going to live to see that, or hopefully they will live to see the turnaround when they start keep being appreciated. I think the franchise is better that Tommy Lee Wallace did not do too. and got a chance to do Season of the Witch, because
Yeah. Oh,
yeah, I think it's just better. Like, I think it was meant to be. Honestly, in like a world of my choosing, I would have kept the anthology from 3 and went from there. I would be curious to see kind of what that would have looked like,
Mhm.
if it would have sustained for this long. But for a comeback movie, Halloween 4 is really, really good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, 4, what did you guys think of the mythology that they created in that trilogy?
Mm. It's really hard to say it's good when the people writing it didn't even know what they were doing with it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's typical, like, overcomplication, over explaining, trying to create an explanation for things that nobody ever asked for. Um, and unfortunately, you have filmmakers that are getting wrapped up. And I mean, you have Halloween 4 is a prime example where they're directing the movie having no idea, or I think it was Halloween 5. They're directing a movie having no idea what the ending is. Like, they don't know what's going to happen. They had no idea the direction of Thorn.
Mhm.
They're like, what the hell is happening? And then all of a sudden you get to the end of the movie and it's like, oh, here it is. Like, it was so messed up and so shoehorned in. And the fact that they even tried to continue it for 3 movies is insane. We got this much with it.
Yeah. And the way they killed the mythology, because it's like Mike, just seeing the shape was always scary enough. And the more that they added this lore to him, the more they try to make him more like in part 5, right, where it shows him like as he escaped underground and he's in the river and he's hurt. And I felt like with each movie they were just making him more and more human. I mean, we see in part 5 where he takes off his mask again, which we don't see until the first movie with Laurie tries to take it off of him. But they humanized them too much. And that's the whole point. He's supposed to be evil and the shape and intimidating and
Well,
silent.
in 5, he voluntarily takes it off just because Jamie said uncle. So
Yeah, and that
let me see your eyes.
see, and that sucks because it's like, I don't know, like the Michael that we're used to is just this killer. He kills his whole, like he kills his sister, he's trying to kill everybody, his other sister. And then when that happens, it's kind of like what the hell's going on? Why is he getting soft on us with each movie? He's like changing.
Do you think in a way that this portrayed Michael more as a kind of as a victim at the hands of the cult?
Yeah, it takes away. It takes away.
It's like Jason.
Well, you got to think that already started, because in the second movie, all of a sudden they took away all of it by saying that Jamie, or that Laurie is his sister.
Mm-hmm.
So they created a motive for him, right? Which already takes away from whatever was driving him in the first, which was just purely like everybody that died in the first movie, everybody that saw Mike, it was just bad luck,
Mm-hmm.
just straight up bad luck. So then when you introduce like, oh, this is sister, John Carpenter's drunk writing this, sister, you're like, okay, you're pulling it away, and then you're like, okay, now he's under control of Thorn. So like this guy's like basically a slave. He's a killing
Is a
machine.
pawn.
He's a pawn. Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's like almost the idea that like every movie somebody else could have put on the mask. And if they came out now and said, "Oh, hey, look, guys, by the way, the reason why the wounds don't carry over a lot of times is because it's just somebody else different that the Thorn took over," I would be like, "Yeah, that seems like where you were going."
Yeah, and I do think that's one of the things I did like. I know we keep going back to the new trilogy, but they talked about how they told Jamie it was, or well, Laurie, sorry, not Jamie, Laurie, it was never about you.
Mm-hmm.
You just happened to be in the way at that point. You were just put in front of him. It just was all circumstantial.
Well, that's the thing too, is like even with Halloween 2018, again, it's just circumstantial. Again, he's not going after her. He just keeps winding up in her path. You know what I mean? Like without Dr. Sartain running, or without the sheriff hitting him and then Sartain taking over, he would have never got to Laurie's house, he
Right.
would have just kept killing randomly. So at that point, it's just kind of bad luck. If
That's
I've
what I
ever
was
seen
saying.
it.
Yeah, right? Exactly. Um,
But what do you guys think that is though? Because it's see, like I never saw it that way. And it's just because I get like flashbacks from even from the first one where he's like standing outside in her yard just staring at her and all that stuff. You know, it's like if he wasn't after her, then why is he standing in her yard? Like
well, I
that's not
think
his house.
well, right, but I think well, if you remember near the beginning, Lori's dad tells her, "Hey, I need you to go drop this key off at the
Yeah.
Myers house." He's inside, and that's when he sees her. And it's like, okay, you're my victim. And just like a lot of these crazy, serial killer victims, they have this, they get this fascination and obsession with their victims. And I think that's kind of, I feel like the way I see it is why that connection with Lori in the first one.
Oh,
It
okay.
has nothing to do with this is my sister and I'm going to go after her. It's you came across my path and I decided to choose you.
Yeah, it's
I
like a
mean,
heat-seeking. Michael Myers is basically a heat-seeking missile,
Yeah.
and
yeah.
and Laurie Strode is the hottest thing on the map. You know what I mean? Like, and it's if you look closely enough at Halloween, the first Halloween, there's been plenty of analysis of how Michael is. There's a little bit of like a almost like a I don't know how to word this. There's a little bit of like a psychosexual element to it where there's kind of like a voyeurism to him. And at the time, when you're explaining about, okay, let's just say he's just human, right? That's like the first movie. He's just human. Um, there would definitely be other influences to what he does. So it could just be whatever, sometimes they just like to play games. You know what I mean? Sometimes people just like to, it's creepy to stand outside. But also too, as a movie, you need to have those moments to continue the suspense, to know that he's still there. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Like
So that's where I'm like I always fall like on kind of different sides of it because I'm like, yeah, it's there, but
I always thought too that he saw that innocence in her, and because he was her counterpart but in like the opposite way, like the whole yin and yang thing, he wanted to take away that innocence from her. He wanted her, I mean, because we see it in the new trilogy, for example, how like we see that speech in Halloween Ends where that kid's telling her, he's like, oh, you have it in you too, but you chose not to, and you should have
mm,
joined that dark type side. And then we see it in this where he like, I wonder if when he stares at her and sees her in the beginning, like in that approach where he sees her, and like when she goes up the stairs and she's playfully being like, oh, the Myers house and stuff, and how she's not scared. And he's like, I want to like wreck you. Like, I want to take away that innocence and I want you to be like me type
mhm,
thing. Like turn her into like a killer too or something.
I could see that in it going at the angle of him being evil itself,
Yeah.
evil taking over. But if you're going at the angle of a serial killer and this like the original whole theory of this movie, the babysitter murders, I
Mhm.
don't know about that. But if it's like he's the shape, he is evil itself, embodiment, then yeah, I could see that for sure.
well, that's the overarching concept of the slasher, right? Depending on how you look at it, is like you're punished for your sins, right? So like the whole thing with Jason
Yeah,
is like you have sex at the camp, or you're not doing a job, you're out getting high and having sex, you die. Like
Yeah.
there is an element of that kind of hangs over all slashers in general. Um, I never felt that way as much at any point in Halloween, even though there are conveniences of like people have sex and then they die. You know what I
mhm,
mean? That's more just like I feel like a lot of times like checking off boxes for audience
yeah,
scores. It's like okay, we got that, cool. Um, with Michael Myers, I feel like it's much more like it's very if somebody broke down the first movie and was like he's more of a stalker than he is a serial killer, I would fully probably give over to that theory because he doesn't have the body count of many others. It's more of just kind of like he's stalking and then he ends up kind of in a situation where he's gotta okay, now you gotta die. All right. You know what I
mhm.
mean?
Yeah.
So I don't know, man. It's fun. There's so many different ways to look at it and so many different ways to approach it. And come Halloween 4, you have just full on slasher and thief because he steals the mask from the pharmacy without paying for it.
Right. Yeah.
Shoplifter.
And he, he's a wisecrack, man. He'll put on a sheet and glasses and have fun with you. So
yeah, he's a menace. I will say, Halloween 4 has my favorite line of dialogue in any Halloween movie, right? So like, if third place is so let's go Halloween full franchise, right? So top 3 quotes and delivery of quotes. Number 3 is, and one of them was Annie. Number 2 is Evil Dies Tonight 1,000 times. Number 1 is God has nothing to do with this place at the beginning of Halloween 4.
Yeah. What? So, yeah. Oh, with the doctor and or the working at the asylum.
Beginning.
Yeah. Yep. No, the best Evil Dies Tonight is when Tommy Doyle first says it, and then the one person in the hospital goes, "Yeah, Evil Dies Tonight."
Yeah.
That's the best one out of all of them.
Yeah, I just let's not get into Halloween Kills, man. All right, let's go.
What's going on, Steven?
What's up, dude?
Steven. Dude, these guys, some of these guys in here have been hanging out with us all week, so we appreciate you guys for tuning in and being a part of this.
Yeah. Well, I want to talk about Loomis because he's a fascinating character the further he goes, and even he just becomes a crazy drunk. Like if you his face when he meets the preacher and he's like, "You want a drink?"
Yeah.
And the little a little sparkle rises up in him. Like, yeah, sure, And then
sorry, go ahead.
No, and then by 5, he can only talk like this.
Yeah.
Right? Because he's probably got cirrhosis of the liver or something going on.
And then 6, he's all reborn with the little plastic surgery action.
Yeah. I love
He's like,
that.
I've never felt better. I'm writing a book. I'm burying my demons.
Do you guys prefer the Loomis progression in the Thorn trilogy where he just kind of becomes more unhinged, or do you prefer the asshole Loomis of Halloween 1 and 2 Rob Zombie? Because he becomes a complete dick in Halloween 2. Like just straight.
Well, Malcolm McDowell's he's an incredible actor, but his performance as Loomis cracks me up. Like, have you watched the outtakes of that movie?
Dude, my wife loves the outtakes.
Dude, the bloopers is like consistently only him.
It's the one of him and
when they're in the car.
Him and the sheriff in the car. Yeah, that's the one my wife watches that all the time.
I don't know. I gotta say, and this people might disagree with me, but I like him in if we're talking about progression and ones that make me laugh, Rob Zombie. He cracks me up. But
if you only had to have, like, you could live in a world where all you had was the Loomis of Halloween 1 to 2 or the Loomis of Halloween 4 through 6, which one would you take?
Oh, 4 through 6. It's Donald Pleasance.
Yeah.
I know. It's just a progression. Is that somebody beeping outside your every time, dude?
Dude, I'm telling you, I have the busiest road known to man, and we have there's a house like just around the corner, and it's like it's weird that the ambulance like owns this house, and so they'll go there and take breaks and stuff like that. Like it's like a firehouse, but it's a literal house. And so there's always like 1 or 2 ambulances just hanging out there. Anytime in my vicinity, ambulance gets called, down my road, ambulance gets called, and sirens are fired. Dude, I hate it.
Oh man, yeah, Loomis, dude. The preacher's great. Did you guys read Taking Shape?
No,
I haven't finished it, but I do have it, and I've read up to 4. I'm like halfway through 4.
Okay, so I don't know if you read it yet, but the preacher was originally supposed to serve a much greater purpose. He was like supposed to come back at the end and save Loomis. And it's this weird
tent revival.
I wish it happened, man. I feel like that would have completed it so well.
Just saved Michael Myers and the fire of glory.
Dude, we need a Halloween fan film where it's just Michael Myers butchering those fucking asshole kids in the car that leave Loomis in the dust.
Oh, dude. So Larissa had never seen these movies. And so we were watching 4, and I said, she's watching and she already feels bad for this guy. And I said, yeah, watch this. You're gonna get real pissed off. And she goes, oh, I hope Michael Myers kills them. I said, but so do I, but it doesn't happen.
I wish there was like a mashup of Loomis on the side of the road hitchhiking, but it's like a mashup with Pee Wee Herman on the side of the road hitchhiking, where he puts on like the big thumb. It's like Donald Pleasance sitting with the big thumb on.
Oh man. But Donald Pleasance, his character in these movies, his progression is just gets nuts. He uses Jamie as bait.
Come get her.
She can't speak, and she says, "What about your stepmother? Don't you love her?" And it was like, dude, this girl is like having visions through Michael's eyes right now, and you're basically verbally abusing her right now. It's like the nurse had to come and say, "You need to leave her alone."
The way he shakes her constantly, and she's just like a vegetable, and he's like, "Don't you care? The boogeyman's coming." It's like, Jesus Christ, man.
He's unhinged, bro, in these 3, and it's so sad to see because it doesn't feel proper to him. Maybe it does. Maybe I'm lying.
Well, have you seen Wake in Fright?
The Australian movie?
Mm-hmm.
I know he's in it, but I don't know if I've ever seen it.
He's unhinged.
Is he?
He's another drunk that just every night they get wasted, they go out, go hunting kangaroo, and come back to the house and sleep all day. Like it's
I mean, Prince of Darkness, he's pretty, so I feel like it's just a Pleasance thing, just a Donald, I love the stories about him though, in Taking Shape, of how he was always drunk. This is how adults treated us kids in the 80s.
I mean, I was born in late 80s and 80s. I was in 87, so I only got half the shakings.
I don't know. My mom carried around a wooden spoon through the store and would sneak hits with the wooden spoon if I acted up. It's happened a couple times.
I'll be dead honest, bro. If I were you, I would have straight up told an employee, my mom stole the wooden spoon that's hidden in her pants right now.
Dude, I was too scared. It got to the point where if I acted up in Walmart, she'd just open up the purse and show me the wooden spoon and straighten up like that.
Yeah. I was born 91, so I think we all got our fair share of beatings. You know what I mean?
Some more than others, but
Jordan's like, I want that VHS of Jurassic Park, and she starts taking out the
sucker
spoon.
punch.
Yeah, there we go.
You don't need that.
He's like, never mind, Mom. She puts it back.
He's like, I want Halloween 5. It's my favorite. And she's like, what? Taking out the spoon.
I'm starting to think your mom was Loomis, bro. I'm starting to think.
I beat him 6 times.
I beat Jordan.
She's gonna kill me if she ever finds out I'm talking this bad about her.
Like, he keeps getting you see his eyes just glaze over more and more with each beating.
You're like, Mom, if I don't get this VHS, I'm gonna die. She's like, you don't know what death is. You know what I mean?
Man, Thanksgiving just got real awkward now. Thanks, guys.
You're never be able to keep a straight face. She's gonna look at you. What did you get into? You have mischievous eyes, and you're like, nothing. Takes out the spoon.
Man, what do you guys think of Danielle Harris as Jamie? I thought she was.
Oh, she killed it, man. She was fantastic.
She, for some reason, when it just ripped my heart out when I watched those movies.
It's when she's getting bullied.
Yeah,
in Halloween 4.
Yeah.
I always get so pissed off.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Then you have the cool slow mo montage of her running out of the classroom.
Yeah. They, because like I'm one of those people where it's like I don't believe in and I don't support bullying, but it's like a little bit of teasing. Like my generation was still part of like the being teased generation, but like that was straight up like brutal what they were saying about her. That she has no mom and
look, we're the generation of the COD lobbies. So look, if you can't make it through those,
those were rough times, my boys. Rough times.
Late Night, Modern Warfare 2.
Yeah.
A little bit of Search and Destroy and just getting wrecked.
Gears of War.
Oh, you were an Xbox boy.
Oh yeah. I mean, well, I started with Nintendo, with Super Nintendo, and then eventually 64, Xbox, and then PS2. I never had the first PlayStation. It went Xbox and then PS2.
Man, PlayStation 1, Tony Hawk Pro Skater 1 was my life for a summer. I'll tell you.
I remember my mom one time was watching us play Modern Warfare, and she's like, we were laughing at something somebody said in the lobby, and my mom's like, let me hear what's going on in there. Like, not out of like, we're going to get in trouble, but I hand her over, my really cheap pair of like Turtle Beaches, and she put them on, and she's like making all these faces, and she took them off, and she's like, somebody just said they had to leave the lobby because I got to go take their camel for a walk. I'm like, wow. All right, man. Cool.
Here's your headphones back. She's all like,
yeah. She's like, there you go.
Yeah, clutching her pearls as she's listening to the to the lobby.
My goodness.
Goodness me, mercy me.
Oh. yeah. No, her bullying in this, and dude, Danielle Harris she's awesome, dude. She's always somebody who's been incredible. Like, and she's one of those child actors who have sustained, her genre fame and sustained, I feel like, her sanity, and she's still, representing hard. I know that she was just interviewing about how she didn't even get called for the David Gordon Green trilogy.
I mean, just that puts it on top of her not in 6. And I was reading about that, and it's because they like wanted her to become emancipated so they didn't have to abide by child labor laws. Which she did, but then the pay was so low. And I was like, because I think she was 17 when 6 came out, or the recording of 6. So she very well could have played that role.
Dude, I can't tell you guys how much, I mean, you probably already know, but how much the wine scenes suck, bro.
Oh, yeah.
Those guys ruined. It's so funny that we're talking about this tonight, because Jake on his show, we were talking about how much the Weinsteins ruined Hellraiser, how much they ruined every franchise that they got their hands on, except for Scream. You know what I mean? Like,
well, I think part of that too is it was Wes Craven, and he was kind of an icon that you just said yes to Wes Craven.
Yeah. Oh,
it wasn't much convincing him or telling him to do what you want.
Yeah. Meanwhile, like, they're with Scott Derrickson on Hellraiser 5, and they're like, "What do you think? You're gonna direct the Black Phone one day, bro? Get back to work. Listen to what I say."
I tell you. Let's see Phil's creepy videos. What's up, Thorn fans? What's going on,
Phil?
dude? Happy Halloween Eve. Yes,
dude. Right back at you, brother.
Well, Daniel Harris. Well, okay. Moving on from Daniel Harris, but Jamie Lloyd, dude, that or is it Jamie? Yeah, Jamie Lloyd. Why am I saying Jamie? Whatever, Jamie. Strode.
Jamie.
What's her last name?
I thought it was yeah, Jamie Lloyd. You were right, Jamie Lloyd.
Yeah.
Where did I get Lloyd? I don't know why I thought Lloyd was wrong. But anyways, dude, her death in 6.
Yeah, that was
crazy.
Up. The way she's like, you'll never get her.
Well, no, just how he sets her on that thing, and then, all right, I'm just going to turn it on.
Yeah, I don't even remember, like, which isn't there one where she like died in a barn? Which cut was it that she died in a barn?
The director's cut.
Is that the producer's cut? You mean?
Yeah.
Okay, because I watched the theatrical cut before I came on, and she got put on that device. I don't even know what the device was, and it got turned on. It was just drilling through her essentially.
So the producers, like, they find her body and she's still alive in the farm, and it has the mark of the thorn. Like, for somehow it's like perfectly burned into the hay. I don't understand how Michael did that.
That's in the theatrical cut, but she's dead at that point.
Well, no, she was a vegetable pretty much. She was like, because they took her to the hospital, and there's a part where Loomis meets what the hell is his name
in the theatrical cut?
No, in the
I'm talking about I was talking about the theatrical one.
Oh, okay.
That that burn is there at one point that you're
Oh.
talking about.
Meets Tommy Doyle in the hospital, right?
Yeah, and then he tells her, he's like, "Oh, she's in there fighting for her life right now. Like she was still alive in that hospital."
Got it. Okay. In the producer's cut, he just pushes her on them spikes.
That's what it is. Yeah, that's what it is. Okay. See, I don't know which one was which, bro. It's even the chapter in Taking Shape on Halloween 6, I had to like take notes. I didn't know who was what or where because it did full deleted scene or like full side by side breakdowns of both the producers and the theatrical cut. And at one point, even Dustin, the author of the book, was like, "This gets really difficult." It actually says that somewhere in the book, like in that chapter. It says, "Yeah, this is getting really difficult to keep everything."
I mean, dude, the first 30 minutes of part 6, it's just such a clusterfuck. Like I'm sitting there and I'm like, okay, so this is a flashback. The baby is Michael Myers, and then the mom escapes, and then she disappears. Stays with the husband, and then whatever. But then I'm like, wait, the baby isn't Michael Myers. So then I'm like, okay, then who's Michael Myers? And then I'm like, oh, that's the little boy that was the baby. And I was like, no, it's not. That's not the baby. And then
Isn't the baby going to be Michael Myers? Isn't the baby? They're going to put Michael Myers in the baby, so then he's going to be Michael Myers, right?
That's what I thought. Yeah, that's what I thought, that the baby was going to be Michael Myers. But then we see Michael Myers, and then I'm like, okay, so it's not Michael Myers. And then I see the little boy. I'm like, oh, this is a flash forward, and the baby turned into the little boy, obviously. And I'm like, okay, it's not. And I'm like, Paul Rudd is the baby or whatever. But then he's like, he's Tommy Doyle, and I'm like, well, fuck, like who's who then? What the hell's
That's
happening?
why I like the theatrical cut.
Yeah.
For that reason, even though it is messy still, but I feel like it's not as messy, and you doesn't get that weird opening scene of Michael and Jamie.
Yeah, dude, with that whole that cheesy explosion, and the guy with the Tommy gun, the man in black, where he's just shooting there, where it looks like a Tommy gun in the shadows, where there's like flames and stuff. It felt so cheesy.
Yeah, it gets rough for sure.
And the cowboy, like he looks like one of those like bad guys in a western with that thing in the back of the boots every time he walks.
Yeah.
I googled why does Halloween 6 suck? and now I'm on a Reddit thread, and I was trying to find some sort of something in here. People were saying that both Rob Zombie movies and Resurrection are worse. Let's see. I agree that 6 is a horrible movie. The acting is not great.
Paul Rudd. Every time he tries to, dude, I kept laughing every time when he was walking with the baby and he goes like this. and I was like, what are you doing, dude? Like, that's fucking hilarious, man. Like, this guy is just I couldn't take him serious. I could not.
Yeah. Back to 4 though. Do you guys have a favorite kill? One that stands out to you?
Damn.
I have one.
Which one?
It is what's her name? Kelly, where she gets the shotgun impaled through her.
Ooh.
Oh, dude, the shotgun impalement is pretty.
That's rough.
Pretty bad. I have to say, the cop is probably my favorite. The cop that's sitting watch, because he gets like folded up like a pretzel or something. I don't know what even happened to him. That dude just gets like, he's just like a jumbled up mess in the corner, basically.
This is a good one too.
I'm doing it for. But the scene with Brady, the fight on the stairs on the landing.
Yes, where he spits in his face.
Is great. Like, that lighting is fantastic.
Yeah.
I love that he decides to stand and fight.
Yeah.
My wife will tell you that her favorite moment is when he says, like, there's no way out of here. I think he says, like, there's something, or there's no exit. He says something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's probably, the cop is probably my favorite, just because what the hell happened to him?
Yeah.
Poor guy.
Yeah. Our Life in Horror. Happy Halloween Eve. What's going on? Thank you.
What's up?
What's going on, dude?
Happy Halloween. I don't know why I said it like that. I don't know what happened.
DC, what about you for 4?
I think like the police officer gets torn apart pretty much like we were saying about the whole like pretzel thing.
Yeah, I don't know what happened to him. I don't know. Like, is he sitting? Did they rest him like on his? Because it's almost like in Friday 13th Part 3. When handstand guy gets cut in half,
Yeah.
and then they put his body on the top bunk,
Mhm.
and like you can tell that something happened to him. That's what this looks like, but there's no light to show you anything besides the fact that he's dead. So
That's a mystery, man. The less is more.
I think that's exactly what they were going for. It had nothing to do with budget or lack of creative ideas. I think it was purely mystery and intrigue.
The ominous, the dark and ominous.
Yeah.
They're like, we bet you people are going to be talking about this 25 years from now, wondering what happened to this guy. But listen, man, cops do it by the book.
There you go. Go ahead, GC.
No, I was gonna say, let's talk about part 5 because I mean we were talking about it a little earlier, and do you guys at all were turned off by the fact that what they did with Michael? Like, see, the dogs hate him. The dogs hate part 5. As soon as we said it,
He's got some weird sounding ambulances out there in California.
yeah, those are the ones like the ambulances in the middle of nowhere.
It's a pet. It's like the vet.
Yeah. Well, have you seen those videos of the like the huskies and when they howl, but it's like basically a scream?
Yeah.
That's why. I'll tell you what did, and to this day kind of bugs me about 5 is changing up the Myers house completely.
Yeah.
It's like, they didn't even try.
No, they're just going for this Victorian manor instead of a suburban house.
Like, I don't get why they half-ass these things, dude. Like, it's like clearly like there's already a few movies been made. Like, did the person making this film just hate themselves or hate the franchise, and they're like, let me figure out ways to make it worse because
like money saving. Yeah, it's a big thing.
Yeah, I think it's just purely like, I think they made this movie in like 11 months after,
and it wasn't even shot in California where it was like in, I think it was some East Coast town that they was shot in.
Yeah,
So they're like, I'm not even trying to recreate it. Just find this house. Oh, this house is up and looks decent.
I think they tried to hold like, oh, you've never seen this side of the house before, even though we've seen the front of. Well, it's mostly the back we see, right? Oh, no, we see the front. We see the front. Jason, what was the question that you asked again?
Oh no, I was wondering about like what they did with Michael's character, right? Where he went from like you see him in the first movie, the second movie, the fourth movie, but then with this one, I mean, and obviously it's funny that he drives around and stuff, especially in the first one. You're like, how did he learn how to drive? It's always been the running joke for it, but with this one, it's like he's just. I don't know. He was so human. Like he acted, and again, I know he's human, but they took away the boogeyman-ness from him, and I felt like in part 5.
Well, the whole thing with the shack and like the magic man is so weird. That was originally there was a whole alternate scene with all of that with the guy at the shack. It's so funny to me that they blow Michael Myers away at the end of 4, right? They completely lose track of his body, and like nobody decides to do like a 1 mile radius search because he just like floats down the river, and he's like a stone's throw away from where he just got blown away from, and nobody was like, oh, maybe we should go try to find his body,
retrieve it. Like, let's just leave him in there.
And then like the parrot, it's all weird, man.
Yeah, that was pretty funny.
Oh yeah, the parrot. Well. What about the end of 4 going into 5? I don't think we haven't talked about this, and this is a good bridge. Jamie almost killing her mom. I mean, what that could have set up.
I thought she did kill the mom.
I think she was just injured, right? Because it wasn't in the 5th one that she's.
It's so funny, dude. Me and Erica we were just talking about this. I'm pretty sure she survived.
Yeah, I think she survived. She just she was in the hospital, or they talk. I can't remember, but I'm pretty sure she lives.
But then she never shows up, like, for her kid.
Oh no, she did die.
Oh.
Yeah, I remember because she had all the blood on her and stuff.
I thought for some reason she survived.
Yeah, I thought so too.
What's funny is, I mean, I don't know where you would have gone. They would have had to do a time jump because there's no way that like 12-year-old Jamie was going to be running around killing people if the spirit of Michael was in her. You know what I mean? I honestly think it would have been great if at the beginning of Halloween 5, the sheriff, because he comes around the corner like gun drawn when Loomis starts screaming. I think it would have been a great if like very beginning of Halloween 5 he pulls the trigger and just blows Jamie away, and then Myers like wakes up. He's like back in his body. He's like, whoa.
So real quick, I looked it up. So I mean, technically Jamie Lloyd's mom does die. That's Lori, but no, it does say Jamie Lloyd's adopted mother survives the attack by a temporarily possessed Jamie in Halloween 4.
Oh,
It's all messed up, man.
Yeah.
She is the mother. The mother is the man in black.
It is confirmed in Halloween 5 that Darlene survives the attack.
see, that's the thing with the Thorn trilogy. It's like out of all the series we've done so far, we're pretty on tack with them, and then with this one, everything is just all over the place.
It
Like these-
just gets messy.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, I thought they confirmed. It's so, I mean, it's confusing to like even just Googling who is Jamie's mom. Like, the Google AI could not keep up with the amount of plot holes here in the Thorn
Yeah.
trilogy.
Well, and I mean, it would have been interesting because obviously the end of 4, they were kind of doing a callback, right, to Michael as a kid at 6, killing his sister. A time jump with her as the new killer would have been different.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know how else you could have done it because she would have to be old enough to, unless you're going to do like a character study. You know what I mean?
You know what? They Children of the Corn, they were able to wipe the town of all the adults. So who knows?
That's true, man. That's Malachi. Well, no,
Yeah.
it's what's his name?
Not Samuel. It's
Sam.
it's one of those biblical names.
Samuel.
I can't remember. Isaac.
Oh yeah.
Isaac, and Malachi is just the like
Yeah,
sadistic twisted
the
one
redhead, the ginger.
that has big teeth.
He does have big teeth.
He does.
So here's my question for you guys concerning Halloween 5. How much do you hate the whole scene of him in the car wearing the other mask?
I was confused because she calls him Michael.
Well, that was his name. Yeah,
That's her boyfriend's name is Michael.
I know, but it threw me off. So I was
Yeah.
like, hold up. You've literally got Michael Myers in here. And this is before it shows the mask yet. He's just Michael. And I was like, are you kidding me? What are you doing? And then I remembered, oh, okay, it was Mike. We knew it as Mike. And then she calls him Michael.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I was wondering if he had his mask under that mask. It'd be like a rushing nesting doll situation
Yeah.
where he just keeps taking off masks like you did, Chris.
Yeah.
But no, he just pulls it from under his seat.
I cracked up when she leans in to kiss him. Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Oh, hold on. He's got to have a mask on. I know it. Pause for dramatic.
God.
I just have to pee.
Oh, okay. But I'm going to wait this one for Chris because I think he'll find this funny. But let's see what everyone's doing in the chat while we wait, while he takes care of business. Did I miss anybody in the chat?
Sick Jim was saying hi.
Where's that?
It's right underneath hello and thanks from Acres of Movies.
Hold on, I'm finding it. I'm a little behind, guys.
It was right under where Steven said hello to everybody. Like he was like, it was 3 messages under him. Unless I don't see.
I don't know. I have. Oh, PP said something. Phil's creepy videos. Here we go. Here's Kenny. Halloween 5 and 6 were so scary, dude. They had some scary moments for sure.
Yeah. I even with all the confusion going on with 6, I still really enjoyed how it looked visually. I enjoyed the music.
Mm-hmm.
it was awesome to see Paul Rudd. Like, it was very, like, I was like, till this day, till rewatching it now, I did not know that he was in this.
Yeah.
And just seeing him young, and even in the beginning, it says introducing and starring Paul Rudd. And I was like,
Yeah.
look at this guy.
What's going on, Dave? Happy Halloween Eve.
What's up, Dave?
Hope you're having fun. Watch some movies tonight. Guys in the chat, what are you guys watching tonight? I'm curious. I want to hear other than us, but after this.
Oh yeah. And also, have you guys been watching the Halloween movies like along with us this week?
Oh man, I tell you though, I'm going to watch Trick or Treat, and then we're going to go right into Halloween 1 and 2.
Trick or Treat for sure tomorrow, dude.
Oh yeah.
excited.
I'm having some of my cousins over, or my cousin and her boyfriend are coming over, and
Nice.
yeah, we're doing I'm gonna be doing some stuff on the Blackstone, and she's we're making my wife is supposed to be making, and I told her, I was like, this, come on, do something cool, like, I don't know, like Halloween themed witch's hat snacks or something.
Oh,
Yeah, I was like, that'd be fun.
dude, I'm flying solo here, so look at this guy.
I'm gonna watch 5 after this. Football, watch them all this week. Not sure what's on deck tomorrow. I was saying, Chris, what cracked me up when Tina gets in the car and is talking who she thinks is her boyfriend is he's got that, I don't know, ogre looking mask on, and she kisses
The brute
him.
mask.
And she gives him a kiss. His eyes of pure like
Rage.
get away from me, I'm gonna kill you look, like just kind of glancing, it cracked me up.
Yeah, that whole scene it's weird. Halloween 5 is just a bunch of odd scenes put together.
Hey, but that kill scene in the barn was pretty sweet.
Yeah, the barn scene is cool. But it's the field scene after the barn that is my favorite of the whole movie.
Dude, also
The way that was shot, I thought was great.
Like, also the fact that Michael, like, he just insists on killing dogs. I thought in part 5 that the dog survives. I was like, oh, thank God the dog's unscathed. But nope. At the end, it's like, there he is. It's like, you gotta be shitting me, dude.
He keeps them as trophies now at this point.
Yeah.
He's like, all right, that's number 7. All right, here we go.
It's, you know what I did find interesting though in part 5 when Jamie gets up to the attic, I'm gonna go lay in here. Just gonna go lay in that coffin or that trunk, whatever it is. It's like giving up.
What do you guys think of the Keystone Cops?
Oh gosh. Well, I thought it was funny. You're talking about the two that are told to go look after Tina while she's out.
Yeah, every time they show up, there's like music bouncing behind them. It's like all real silly.
What cracks me up is when Michael starts walking towards them after he kills Tina's friend and her boyfriend with a scythe and all that stuff. Which, by the way, that is a weapon I think is perfect for a Halloween movie. But anyways, when they're looking out and the one cop, it's literally like a buddy cop type thing, but he reaches out, the one who reaches out, I forget what he says something. And then the cop behind him asks a question. And then he repeats it back to him. And it's like, hey, tell him this, tell him this. It's stupid.
Yeah. There's, trying to think if there was any other kill in Halloween 5 that I would, because the barn scene is my favorite, but what's up with like, it's like Rachel just disappearing.
She gets stabbed, and then that's what I was curious, because I was thinking, did I miss something? Because Jamie is not even asking about Rachel. She's all about Tina.
Yeah. Well, she knew Rachel was dead. That's why. Because remember, she's like having that premonition when Rachel gets stabbed on the shoulder, or like,
well, in the shoulder, but she doesn't know that she's dead until she finds her up in the attic.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's a weird choice to kill off your favorite. You know what I mean? Like, it's so odd to bring her into the next movie just to kill her off 10 minutes after the movie starts.
Yeah.
And the director said that he basically wanted to like switch up everything that you thought could possibly happen and like really throw people through a curve. But like when you watch it, you're just like, that's stupid.
Yeah.
Like,
Like
yeah, I didn't expect that, but just because I didn't expect that doesn't mean it's good, and that's what I wanted.
I thought he took her so to kind of lure Jamie out. That's what I thought throughout the whole movie, that she was still alive at some point.
Yeah, it's just like like bait.
Yeah.
The Myers mansion.
And the laundry scene.
Yeah, the laundry scene. Oh, the laundry scene is very good. Yeah, the movie shot really well, dude. Like, really, Halloween 5 is probably visually one of my favorite, and it's just just because of that. Like, I'm such a fan of the like European Italian way of shooting movies. It's like very dreamlike. It's very surreal. And Halloween 5 is all of that and a bag of chips.
Well, I'm glad you brought up dreamlike, because, dude, one thing I was thinking about rewatching part 6 was the hospital when they're pushing her in that bed. It felt like a Nightmare on Elm Street nightmare. Like, it felt like the beginning of a Nightmare on Elm Street movie. Did you guys get that at all?
It could, yeah. I mean, I can see that. It just has like, it's like that 90s. I hate that 90s like what is that called? I don't know what that editing style was. Like that slow motion drag frame thing that they did.
Yeah.
For which one? I'm sorry. My wife just texted me. I was texting her back.
No, for part 6, right in the beginning, like the very, very intro, where it's like they have that blue misty type lighting, and then there's like the doctors and she's screaming, about to have the baby, and they're just pushing her down that long hallway, and it felt very like Nightmare on Elm Street.
Yeah,
at least to me, it felt kind of like that. I was like, huh. I was like, that's an interesting choice for this.
That filming style. Yeah, I can see that. You know what I did notice though? You could see a clear shift in like kind of what was popular at the time in film, of the intro, like the opening credits of Halloween 5, just the way that the title pops up and the actors, the type of music, the quick cut slashing, it just feels straight out of the 90s.
Yeah. Yeah, Halloween 6 was never that movie for me. Like, I didn't watch it a lot when I was younger. I probably watched Resurrection more, honestly, just because, not out of like enjoyment, just because like when Resurrection came out, what, 2001? Or was that 99? What year did Resurrection come out?
Resurrection came out in the 2000s because H2O
was 98.
Came out in 98.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So 2000, 2001, let's say,
somewhere
for
in there.
Resurrection.
Yeah.
Just because of accessibility to it, I was like 10, 11, and that was like the Halloween movie.
2002.
2002. Okay. So yeah, I was 11 or 12, depending on.
With old Busta Rhymes.
And the Busta Rhymes mask.
Yes.
Because for some reason, Mikey's mask looks like Busta Rhymes. I think in Halloween 6 would have been better if his mask was modeled after Paul Rudd. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think that would have been fun.
I hate Resurrection. I rewatched it, and I was like, the only reason I have it in my collection because it came with that Shout like triple box set.
Mm-hmm.
But after rewatching it, I was like, man, I don't like. I remember watching when it first came out, and I didn't like it, but I didn't hate it as passionately as rewatching it. Like I was sitting there thinking to myself, I was like, what do I hate more? Do I hate Resurrection or do I hate the new Nightmare on Elm Street remake? And I was like, I put a gun to my head. I don't know what to answer.
Well, talk about killing off a character right at the beginning, Halloween Resurrection.
Oh my god, dude! The way they kill Laurie, like with the Godfather kiss, when she's like, "You let me down."
You know what drives me nuts about Halloween Resurrection? The stupid, and I don't know their names, the characters that are like running the live stream, that are at the, you know what I mean? They're all wearing suits that are clearly like not tailored to them. So they just look like they're like kids wearing their dad's suits. And the movie's trying to act like these are like professional businessmen. And right away, as soon as I see them, I'm like, who the fuck are these guys? I hate the way these guys look. They got like the slick back hair,
the greasy look.
They've never had a beard a day in their life. You know what I mean?
The porn director or investor look.
Did you guys already do a resurrection?
No, we're not covering it.
Yeah, we didn't cover that, or we were gonna do the Rob Zombies, but there was so much to cover that we ended up just holding out on Rob Zombies. We figured it could be an honorable mention at this point, and then Resurrections, it was a unspoken agreement of
Yeah,
we don't touch
we're
it.
just going to acknowledge that does exist, but we don't.
We'll get negative likes, like we'll get like a negative like 0 likes.
What's up, Tim?
I'm only calling Halloween 4 Trom from now on.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah. Trom Aries, Halloween 4, Trom Aries,
Trom Aries, man. Jared Leto as Michael Myers.
Jared Leto as Jamie Lloyd.
You know, that's who they could have had for part 6 as Jamie Lloyd. Jared Leto.
Jared Leto.
With the long hair and everything, just have him shave.
No, have him back like early, 30 Seconds to Mars. The short, clean face, short hair with the eyeliner.
Yeah.
Oh my God. I mean, he probably would have fit right in.
He's like, you can't have the baby, Michael.
There's so many things about Halloween 6 that mess me up. Like how did Michael Myers find the DJ's or the radio host's van? Like, how did he know that was his van, that he hid in the van and waited for the guy to get in to kill him?
Sorry, I was reading the comment. The Jared Leto as Michael Myers.
What was the question?
No, I was just asking how he knew in Halloween 6 that particular unmarked van was for the radio host and he hid in it waiting for somebody to get in it to kill them.
Because he's Michael Myers, dude.
Dude, Michael Myers,
he's evil.
He
knows everything.
He drove across country in H2O without a GPS, somehow without refilling with gas, and he and out of Haddonfield, even though he never ventures out of Haddonfield, but he decided to drive across the U.S. on a road trip for Lori. So I mean, he could do anything at this point.
No, he was on vacation and he just saw this opportunity. Oh, hey, look who it is! You know,
in the
Evil incarnate. Oh my God. Yeah. Halloween 6. Honestly, I think my favorite part of Halloween 6 is when we're introduced to the shithole father and how they ruin the Michael Myers, or they put the Michael Myers on their front lawn.
That was funny, but they did John Carpenter and Deborah Hill dirty, naming them after that.
Well, you know what? I realized the connection. I actually wrote this down because I noticed in Halloween H2O, Josh Hartnett's character, his name is John. And then I realized rewatching this one, I was like, wait a minute, his uncle, his name is John. So I just thought it was kind of like crazy. I was like, damn, like the uncle was an asshole. Like, why would you name your son that?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot. I mean, at this point, dude, like I'm pretty sure by which Halloween was it? I think it was 4 or 5 that John Carpenter was actually trying to buy it.
To stop something from happening, to stop the movie from even coming out.
I think it was just like he wanted back in. I mean, that dude loves money, so I'm sure he just wanted back in to rake in some cash.
Well, that just makes you wonder what his true thoughts on the Blumhouse trilogy is.
Did you guys see his quotes on The Substance?
I saw that he was blasting it, but I hadn't got a chance to read what he said.
I think his quote was like, "It sucks."
That's what I love about John Carpenter is any question you ask him, he'll answer, but he's going to give you the most blunt one-line answer. And you're just kind of, you're stunned. You really don't have it. Okay, well, I guess we're moving on from that.
And I'll have to remember, recently, Ashley Collins released a book called Your Favorite Scary Movie, where she dissected the Scream franchise. For anybody listening, like, it's an incredible read. But in the first chapter, she talks to people about, like, she talks to John Carpenter and a couple other guys about the legacy of Scream. And there's something he says in that opening chapter that blew me away. It was like the nicest thing anybody could say. And I'm trying to remember exactly what it was. I could just go grab it, but I don't want to. Yeah, I can't remember.
Oh, all right. Well, it was like a heartfelt message from John Carpenter.
Yeah, it was something like really nice.
I was laughing I watched this little clip and they said, "So, John, did you know at the time creating Halloween, you had created this masterpiece, this legacy?" And his answer, the way he is, he just goes, "Nope, we were kids." That's all.
I mean, that's kind of a stupid question.
It is, but it's funny to me, just the way he answers, how it's.
Oh, here you go. So he says, so she said to him, I know this is like off track, but let's see. I lost it. Continue. I'll pick this back up in a minute.
That's fine. I do want to talk about this. I don't know anything about Hollywood budgets and if the movie's a hit, but H5's budget was 5.5 and it made 11.6. True.
But the only reason why it probably made that was because
It's a Halloween movie.
yeah, but they also shot it like less than a year after part 4 to capitalize on the success. So
But also, yes, but you got to factor in a lot. So correct me if I'm wrong, but was Halloween 5, was that a straight to video or did that get theatrical runs? Anybody
I'm
know?
pretty sure Halloween 5 was theatrical.
Yeah.
So you got to pay to distribute all these. That goes into your budget. You got to, it costs money to do marketing. The theater chain's got to take a fee out of showing them in the theater, right? Physical copy, all that stuff. So I wonder if the 5.5 million budget was just the film budget, the production, or was this the all-encompassing budget of the movie? That's what
So she says, John Carpenter turns to her and says, I want to ask you a question. Why do you love this movie? Meaning Scream. And she goes on like this big thing telling him why she loves Scream. And he said that she stopped me, or that he stopped her mid-sentence and said, "See, you don't need me in the book. Put that into the book. Put your soul in that, and people will love that it's in there, and that'll show, and everybody will dig it." And I was like, "Whoa,
that's about as inspirational as you're gonna get out of him."
Yeah.
Let's see, what can he say? I have no clue to answer. Yeah, I mean, I'm not saying I want you to go look. I was just thinking out loud because that would play into the fact of if it was an actual commercial success. Because let's for example say 5.5 million was the production cost only, but it was another 5.5 million. I don't know. I'm just making up numbers at this point.
Okay.
So
I can answer that question, Jordan. So for a movie to be successful, it has to at least double its production budget. So the budget before marketing and all of that other campaign. That's technically considered success.
Okay. Well, then there you go.
So yes, technically the movie was a success because it didn't much, but it did double its production budget. But we'll probably never know. Outside of that, like what other money was in and all of that stuff. But yes, technically it was a box office success.
All right. Well, there you go. There's your question.
I think Halloween 5 was the lowest of the entire franchise when it came out. I'm pretty sure.
Cajun boy, what's going on, dude?
Hello. Dude.
Interesting.
Well, I want to ask you guys this then. So, box office weekend, right? Friday comes around. Everybody's anticipating this film. Everybody goes to see it, and it makes a shit ton of money over the weekend. Like, does records. But then the movie like blows ass. Like, it just sucks. Everybody hates it, gets the worst reviews. But it made double what it invested in. Is it still considered a success because of that? Even though
I don't think any movie makes its money in the first weekend. It's got to sustain it a little bit.
Well, you have like
the majority of it.
Very rare you in the Scream situation where like Scream tanked opening weekend and then somehow it made more money each weekend, which is like unheard of. That never happened. So that was purely word of mouth. But I mean, 11.6 million isn't really, in the grand scheme of things, it's not that much. Let's say the movie was in theaters for, 4 weeks. That's not that much money per week. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
there's movies now that make 90 million opening weekend.
Yeah.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? Well, just for inflation.
Right.
But
Interesting.
and that's the thing, was like, when you have a bad horror movie, like that opening weekend is so important because nobody's going to, I mean, you have the crowd that's going to wait a weekend. Like, we never see anything opening weekend. If I'm going to go see it, I'm going to wait till the next week. So you always have that crowd. But then you have to think, like, what is your word of mouth coming out of opening weekend? If it's bad, odds are you're going to, because I think it's expected 50% drop is typically what's expected from studios, 40 to 50% drop from opening weekend to second weekend. So if a movie falls under 50% drop off, then it's usually really good.
Mm-hmm. Okay. I don't know.
Chris, you're always teaching us something new.
You
He's
want
got a
to
book about it.
you want to know something else new? You want a fun fact?
Yeah.
Did you know? You ever look up at the sky and you see geese flying in like a V formation?
The
Dude,
Mighty Ducks.
I was just about to say.
No, like you know how they fly in a V? You know how on one side of the V, there's always like 2 more geese than the other side?
Is it because they trade places?
No, it's just because there's more geese on that side. All right, let's move on. Let's talk about.
I thought you were gonna say that. I thought you were gonna bring it back and say the reason they do that is to signify part 5 of Halloween.
Trump. Or 4. Sorry, 4. Trump.
I have a question. So let's say they continued this Halloween, the Cult of Thorn.
Mm-hmm.
Where do you think they would go with it?
I mean, it would never end because it's like they just manufacture Michael Myers whenever one of them gets killed or something.
Call it the Rise of Thorn or something. I don't know.
Whoa. Halloween 7, every rose has its thorn.
Yes. Yeah.
Halloween presents Thorn.
And you have Poison. We'll have a music video for the movie.
The wild thornberries.
Nigel. That guy.
Yeah, I don't know where you could have gone with this. I mean, what is the, I guess you could have gone into like corporate espionage where like
Halloween 3.
It's like but it's like they use Michael Myers to like kill off people of importance so that way they can kind of make certain things happen.
He gets hired by the government.
A government employee?
Yeah.
He's like scanning his badge in at the front.
Halloween 7 is the beginning of Season of the Witch.
Halloween 7, it's just called Halloween 2018, and it's David Gordon Green's Halloween 2018. I don't know. Where do you go? Like, it doesn't. There's no strong base for it to be able to continue on any sort of way. The only thing you could do is exactly what they did, which is like abandon it. You know what I mean?
Right.
And then not only did they abandon it, but then they created this weird psycho Halloween crossover with Janet Leigh as well.
That was kind of cool how they incorporated the psycho music in H2O, like in the park. That was kind of like a cool little.
Yeah, no, I think it's cool. Yeah, I think it's cool. Yeah,
well, let me ask you guys this. Do you feel that the Thorn trilogy should like be deleted from the Halloween franchise? Does it bring any value at all, like, to the franchise?
I think so, because if a film didn't do well, they wouldn't strive to just restart it and do something different. We probably wouldn't have gotten H2O if it did very, very well. if Resurrection didn't do so terrible and they stopped making them, we probably would not get the David Gordon Green trilogy.
And it's crazy to
So
say
the-
Resurrection did so well. Because it's like, it's
No,
so
if it
terrible.
didn't, like if it did very well, like if it was a great film, incredible, they would have continued, right? But since it didn't do good, they stopped. Let Rob Zombie do his thing, right? And then now we've got the David Gordon Green. So that
Yeah.
for me at least, I'm not. I don't wish. Oh, they wish these movies never happened because look, they're a part of the franchise, are part of the history of the film. And a lot of times, and I think in this case, we wouldn't have got, Halloween Ends without the failure of, what came beforehand.
It creates a fun, like, build your own, like I always say that, build your own adventures type situation. Because you got 1, 2, the Thorn Trilogy. You have 1, 2, and H2O, or you have 1 and then I never add Resurrection to that, but then you have like 1 and then the Blumhouse trilogy. So it's kind of crazy. You go like any direction. It's like a murder mystery type situation.
For some reason, when you said build your own adventure, I thought you meant like you can kind of like build the franchise however you want.
Yeah.
And I was thinking like how fucked up it would be to like show somebody Halloween 2 and then kills and then 5. I'm like, what the hell is happening in this plot line? What is going on?
Yes. And then the finale, Halloween 3.
Halloween 3.
The way it ends.
Start him with 6, then show him 3, and then show him ends. And they're going to be like, what the fuck just happened?
What the hell is happening? What's funny about this is as much as people hate the idea of the Thorn subplot, it still lingers over the franchise so much. Like even in David Gordon Green's Halloween trilogy, where they essentially retcon all of them, right? Except for the original. People were still questioning if Thorn was involved somehow. Like if you go into the internet's most, best place for information. If you go to Reddit, people are still convinced that like Thorn had something to do with all that. So it lingers over this franchise endlessly.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think it does. I think it brings like a weird, cool, fun kind of like lore that lets you play with things in a unique way. They're definitely not highlights of the franchise for sure. And I think these are perfect examples of what happens when producers get way too involved in creative choices for films. And I think like clearly the Weinsteins were not great. But like it kind of has to exist. You know what I mean? It does. Like,
Well, do you feel that having that cult type influence, it, like, obviously, let's say we go back in time and they redo that trilogy differently, like they do it not as confusing, it's a little bit more organized. Do you think it would have added to the lore of more of Michael's explanation, where he's kind of like almost this possessed type individual that's being like puppeted, and make it scarier because there's people out there in the shadows like doing stuff like this, kind of like in part 3, for example, like the scariness of that, where it's like it's coming from the shadows and you can't stop it?
for me, no, because you guys know I'm not a big fan of Halloween 2, because I think Halloween 2 completely strips away what made the first movie scary. And it's the mystery, it's the kind of randomness of what Michael Myers is doing. That's scary. And anything that you do to expand upon that is like throwing, paint thinner on, and you're just stripping away layers and making it less scary. I think whether I don't doubt that these movies if they had a proper time and a proper storytelling, they would be really interesting pieces still. I think each subsequent sequel still takes away from the original. I think and we keep bringing it up, but I think that's why I like Halloween 2018 so much, and Into Kills Into Ends, because you don't really get the supernatural element until Ends. And when you really break down Ends, it's not even supernatural. It's just the influence of Michael Myers unlocked something that was already hidden dormant in somebody else.
The
Yeah.
psychological aspect of it.
Yeah, so there's technically it brings nothing supernatural in. Like from Halloween 2018 to Halloween Kills, it's a great example of how he survives by tucking himself into the gun locker. So like that's believable. Like it doesn't do any of that, and it just carries on the franchise so well. But I think we appreciate what those 3 movies do because we've had to do with the wackadoo of the rest of the franchise, where it's got like this is a breath of fresh air to be back into a world that's a little bit more for the rules that were originally laid out.
And more tangible too. I like with that because dude. I mean, I agree with you with the Blumhouse trilogy. It's so tangible, so realistic. I mean, even people hated ends, but then what they don't understand is that ends makes the movie more realistic because Michael is infectious. That he like. I mean, we see it throughout the entire franchise. Loomis's obsession with him, like it's just it's such a thing. Then you have this kid that's already depressed, he hates life, he has nothing to live
Mhm.
for, and he becomes obsessed with this figure. And then it's like he gets consumed by that power that, but it's like when they always tell you this, right? When people drink, you see their true side, just like people with money, you see their true side. And when it
Mhm.
comes to this situation, like he had a bit of power and it brought out what was already in there, just like you described.
Well, we live in a culture too, like Halloween. People who argue that Halloween Ends is, they argue that it's supernatural. Like clearly, haven't taken a step back and looked at like our fascination with serial killers
Mhm.
and their stories being continued. Like Netflix, some
Yeah.
of the most watched content Netflix has put out has been on serial killers that are 70, 80 years old at this point. We're still rehashing those stories. There are so many examples of copycat killers because of influence, because people find one thing to latch on to that makes them feel relatable to them in some way. And then psychologically, they begin copycatting or whatever they do, whatever the psychological reason is. And that's exactly what happened to Corey Cunningham. Is
Yeah.
like he just unlocked, like something just changes in him when he gets around Michael. It's not Michael transferring the power into him. You know what I mean? It's not like the spirit left like Jason heart, like his heart and Jason goes to hell. You know what I mean? And like
Yeah.
physically inserted it, but he it clearly unlocked something. And then once he started acting on that, it felt so good that he just continued to act upon that.
Well, I think what Halloween, I think if you're going to talk about that, I think it's the idea that that evil and that kind of power is in every single one of us.
Mm-hmm.
And it's whether or not it decides to rise up and take a hold. And that's what I see it as is, and I think that's why the idea of Michael Myers that one night wrecked a town over 3 teenagers being murdered. Right? I mean, there was more obviously, but the 3 teenagers got murdered, and 40 years later, they're still it's looming over that town still.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it's also an idea of that it reminds them of what's in each one of us and the possibility that, hey, this could be even any one of us.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah.
he's like, and we see that too with because you were talking about with Corey, like we see the breaking point where he snaps, right? Because Michael Myers has always been that figure, especially in the Blumhouse trilogy. Like dude, you don't fuck with him. Like he was unstoppable. Like he could have 10, 15 people in front of him. He doesn't bat an eye. And with Corey, it's like you see that where it's the complete opposite, where he's getting bullied by the band kids and everybody's just putting him down. And little by little, when he sees this figure and he sees that he grabs him and he lets him go, he's like, oh my God, this guy that's unstoppable, let me go. I must be special somehow.
Mm-hmm.
And that's that breaking point where he just starts
Well,
standing
it's
up
a
for
prime
himself.
example of creating a killer.
Yeah, it is.
You have the perfect, and I think, and I've talked about this, and I think Rob Zombie's Loomis said it perfectly when he's given that speech in Halloween 1 to like the college campus about his book, and he said, it's a perfect of internal and external factors that created this character.
Yeah. I mean, if you're going to talk about, I think this is very fitting because you guys are kind of wrapping up the coverage. The Halloween is this. The story of Michael Myers is just as important as the story of the town, right? Of Haddonfield. Haddonfield is just as much a character. And it feels like it's been expanded upon in good enough ways. You look at things like the death of what's his name in Halloween 2 getting hit. What's his name?
Is it Brian?
No, I'm blanking because I'm tired.
The one with the blonde hair that I made the joke about and caught fire and blew up.
Yeah.
And they just like, oh well, keep going.
And then Halloween 4, you have the town drunks who accidentally kill somebody, taking justice in their own hands.
Mm-hmm.
Halloween Kills, I know that the scene is very silly in the hospital with the other escaped patient.
Yeah.
But to me, that really landed with me because that's the power of that overbearing need to that mob mentality, which is like, it doesn't matter if it doesn't look like him. They're just placing all of this aggression into this moment and into this person. And that poor guy had to jump and essentially kill himself to get away from him. He was so scared. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Dude, that was sad, dude. That scene was like so heartbreaking.
It reminds me of, you see like a pack of wolves, right? Or you get like dogs, for example. And if you get them long enough with a pack of other dogs, they will form their own thing, and it's like it's a different animal. And it's the same thing with the mob mentality of Kills and other franchise, other films in the franchise. But to your point, Chris, I mean, I completely agree.
Yeah, it's one of those things, man, and it's interesting because you never know when things like this happen. You never know the effect. Like, where's that shockwave? Who's that impacting? Who is that? It's Stephen King's Rage, which was the novel he wrote that was kind of centered around a school shooting. Was quoted after the Columbine shootings as like a source of influence for the Columbine shooters, and that got the story pulled from shelves. And it's like, that was never the intention. That was this very unfortunate shockwave, and that book happened to hit that person at that time and unlocked that piece that led to this series of events. And Halloween is the same concept.
It was beautiful.
Thank you. I figured the moment of silence was for that.
No, I honestly thought you had more to say, so I was letting you.
I was waiting too. I was like,
no, I'm sorry. No, that's just it. That's the same, and I like that the franchise has touched on it. I think it is kind of there is a sense of peace to the ending of Halloween Ends when they, as a town, kind of carry Michael to the shredder or to the crusher, whatever that thing is they put him into. But to say that that's going to end who that shockwave has touched and how far that's going to spread is not realistic to say.
Yeah.
Well, that's what Laurie says, dude. I mean,
right. No, you're going to touch on it. Yeah.
Yeah. No, like with the way when Laurie tells Corey about how I forgot who else she was talking to, where she's like, it's an infection, like it spreads and, you get consumed by it. And I mean, there's so many people in that town who are so bitter and angry. And we see that in Kills where they just start snapping at each other. And even the sheriff, because of his grief, because of his daughter in part 1, like he's like already checked out and he's like, fuck it. Like, let's like loot and like get this bastard. And it definitely, there's some repercussions, dude.
And then you have the nurse's wife who, gets hit with a car door and dies.
Dumb.
What an idiot. Idiot.
Oh my god, dude. That was so dumb. Just knocks her hand over and she shoots herself.
Well, you know why that happened, right? It was because, for one, karma. But for two, if you notice, her character through the entire film is putting her guy down. It's just being like a dick to him. It's pretty much demasculating him. And
Mhm.
at that moment, even when he had the gun and she was like, "What are you going to do with that?" And she takes it from him. She's like, "Oh," she said something about him not knowing how to use it.
Yeah.
But then when she dies that way, it was kind of like pretty much like an FU
Well,
to her
even when
character.
she was walking over, shooting, completely missing,
Oh, absolutely. She
and
hit
you
everything.
knew if that gun was that thing would,
Yeah.
her arm would be
Yeah.
too much power behind that gun.
I
Well,
think what makes conversations about Halloween 4, 5, and 6 hard is that there isn't much good like there wasn't a lot of purpose behind the decisions.
Mm-mm.
The decision making that led to Halloween 4, 5, and 6 are so incredibly shallow and undeveloped that there's nothing there to dig out. And it's like you can dig out what technically happened when you read a book like Taking Shape and you kind of get the interviews and stuff like that. But even Taking Shape, for as dense of a book as it is and how much it covers, it doesn't answer any questions. It doesn't create new conversations. It doesn't like unlock anything that's like, oh, that was interesting that they did that, because even the people who were doing it weren't interested in digging any deeper into it. You know what I mean? It was just a complete kind of cop out idea of, okay, how do we expand upon this thing that nobody gives a shit about? That might have probably been said in a production office. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, hey, let's dig this out. So when you approach it from a conversation standpoint and you say, hey, I want to dissect these movies and I want to break them down, it's hard because there's not a lot of ground there
Mhm.
for you to scoop up and shovel, because all you're going to find underneath the ground is shit, because nobody dug a foundation, nobody put any of this stuff in place. It's all just hollow ground.
And more
You know what I mean?
questions. More questions too. I feel like watching that Thorn trilogy is like watching that Lost show. And it's, dude, I mean, one of the things about this trilogy, because I wanted to ask you guys, we obviously have memorable moments, part 1, part 2, part 3, the Blumhouse trilogy, right? There's moments that made us feel and made us root and made us get excited. But with the Thorn trilogy, I never had that moment. And did you guys have that moment that sticks with you that made you really feel something and like it's like damn at all, or it was kind of mediocre?
I got to be honest. Overall, I did kind of feel like that. It feels like a fever dream of a trilogy of films. Like it came and went, and that's just about all it did. Honestly,
Yeah. 4, 5, and 6 feel like you get through that. I mean, 4, I think the best thing I feel in 4, 5, and 6 is the opening credits of 4.
Yeah.
Because it's so wholesome and so relaxing and so calming. 4, 5, and 6, while they are enjoyable, they're just sort of like, they're just part of the franchise watch. You know what I mean? Like, to me, it's the same with Friday 13th. Like, I love Friday 13th part 1, part 2. 3 is fun, but like I have to get to 3 to get to final chapter,
Yeah.
which I love, right? And then New Beginning is fun, but I have to get through New Beginning to get to Jason Lives. And then same with like New Blood, I can put on, I enjoy it, but like I got to get through that to then kind of deal with Manhattan to then get to Jason Goes to Hell, which I love.
Mm-hmm.
And it's rare that that's ever out of order. When I rewatch Halloween, love the first Halloween. I had fun with Halloween 2. I love Season of the Witch. 4, 5, and 6 are like I can put them on and enjoy them. But like, to people like my wife, she loves H2O. So like that gets her to H2O. You know what I mean? So they're just kind of parts. They're just kind of there, and like they're fine. That's it. Just fine.
There you go. Well, we're getting close on the 2-hour mark. We'll start kind of wrapping things up a little bit. So Chris, you clearly said 4 is your favorite.
Yeah.
Where does 4, we'll stick with 4 then. Where does 4 rank in your Halloween ranking? Where would you put it?
So if I'm going completely off, if I'm going just completely off the dome, I'm going Halloween 78, Halloween 2018, probably Halloween Ends, and then Halloween 4. You can flip either of those.
Okay.
I think you can flip either of those. Now next year, if you do this again, that might change because I might have fallen in love with another one. But that's kind of the beauty of these franchises, is that every revisit kind of yields different results.
Yeah.
But for now, it's either 4th or 5th for me in the entire franchise.
There you go.
Halloween 4.
What about you, GZ?
Man, so for me, it's definitely number one. Even though the Thorn trilogy, I didn't hate it. Like I don't think I could put it in the ranking, like for me. Like it would definitely be one. I love 2018 Kills and Ends. Like Kills was just, and we talked about that. Like it was just so much fun. Like it was so much fun. Like dude, the cinematography was so gorgeous. Like the house being burned down behind Michael. Like it was just beautiful to me. So I think it would be probably that ranking, and then I would throw in Season of the Witch, because after rewatching it and talking about it, I was like, man, this movie is so damn awesome.
Mm-hmm. Wait, where does the first Halloween fall in your ranking? Like the 78 Halloween?
Oh, that's number one.
Oh, number one. Okay.
Oh, you meant like in what order I'm watching it, or like which ones I love the most?
No, I mean, like, I'm asking, where does Halloween 4 fall in like a general franchise ranking, do you think? Because for me, it would be like Halloween 4 is my favorite of the three. That would be like 4th, 5th in my full franchise ranking.
Yeah. So looking at Halloween as a franchise, where in there is 4?
4, 5, and 6 are pretty much to the very end. Not before Resurrection. Like, well, actually, no. Resurrection is always the end, but definitely, I guess 4, 5, and 6. I would definitely pick like 6 and 4, and then 5, just because I did like the style of 6. I liked the whole baby thing that did make me feel a little bit something, and I don't know. It was just it was a little different than 4 and 5, and I just liked the way Michael looked and the mask and everything.
So again, in the franchise, Halloween 78 to Ends, where's 4? Where would you rank it? That's what I was asking. So like you would say, I'd go 1, 2, 3, Kills, Ends, 4. Right?
Oh,
where would 4 be in that?
So it would be 78, 2018, Kills, Ends, Halloween 3, then Halloween 4, 6, 5, and then, well, shit, I forgot H2O. Oh, I got to start over. But, well, you get the point. Like,
yeah, I got you.
Sorry, man.
I'm not going to reveal mine entire ranking because that's actually a video I have planned. But
do it. Spoil it.
I haven't even done that one video yet. I feel like I got to. All the YouTubers are doing it. All
the cool kids.
All the cool kids out there. It would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It might be 7th or 8th, depending on my day.
Yeah, you're pretty much like me, like around back there. Because I mean, there's 11 movies, not counting I think Rob Zombies.
Yeah, like Halloween 6. H2O and Resurrection are guaranteed to be the bookends of my, like, the very end. Those are the 3 that are always going to rotate the very end for me.
You felt that about H2O? Well, was it the one arm pull up that did it for you?
Yeah, it was a one.
God, I hated that.
I don't like anything about that movie. I don't care. I don't even care about Laurie Strode in that movie. I think what's his name? What's his
Her
name?
son?
No. Well, yeah, his stupid hair.
I don't know. I like the security guard.
Yeah, with his LL Cool J. His character sucks. His wife sucks that he keeps having to check in on. Michael Myers kind of sucks. The coolest
You
part
don't
about
like
that movie
the
is
CGI
Janet
mask?
Leigh. Yeah, I don't like the CGI mask. I just don't care like about anything in that movie. Like nothing in that movie. I also feel like the movie's like too hip for its own good. You know what I mean? It's like the friend. I think I always think of anytime I think of Kevin Williamson, which is funny because like I know what he did with Scream is incredible, and I love the
Mhm.
Faculty, but I always picture Kevin Williamson as the Steve Buscemi with the backwards hat and a skateboard. Like, hey there, young folks. Like, I get that it was hip and modern for that time, but I feel like if you didn't watch that movie in 1998, and fall in love with it then, it's really hard to fall in love with it now.
Yeah, that when you said that made me think. I think it was Grown Ups. I don't remember which one, but where they go to the Halloween party, Steve
Yeah.
Buscemi is dressed as Flavor Flav.
Yeah.
He's got the tri clock.
But
Like, yeah, only certain age group will know what you're referencing in that.
Yeah,
What I mean? Like,
but let me ask you, man, because so that's the thing, right? Like I disagree a little bit about H2O because I do know your preferences like that. You said it before, like you love the Giallo style more than that kind of. Because I mean, Halloween H2O is in that awkward like teenage phase of transitioning from the traditional Halloween to like
mhm.
the hip type modern. But we could all agree that the dialect of the original Halloweens, especially for when we were born and where we are now, H2O it's the most relatable to us than all the other Halloween. Well, besides not putting Blumhouse, but like all the other Halloweens, it's just more relatable to the times, especially for us, like the way that the teenagers acted in school and all that stuff. I mean, Lori being that functioning traumatized alcoholic, like all that stuff was pretty relatable at the time, but definitely like still kind of now. Um,
I always hear people say that, and like I completely understand what you're saying, but like to me, it's not, because maybe it's a East Coast West Coast thing. It's like
uh,
it's like I see people talk about movies like The OC or shows like The OC, and they're like, "Oh man, like when I was a teenager, this show felt so real and it was like so honest." And I'm like, "The fuck island are you living on?" I'm like, that show could have been made on Mars. I didn't relate to a single thing." So like
yeah.
I guess it just depends on, there's many factors to kind of how it relates to you. Um, Halloween H2O to me is sort of like Halloween H2O feels like to me that you went through a yearbook from 1997 and you were like, "Ah, I know what these kids are like. These kids don't like getting haircuts. They don't brush their hair in the morning." You know what I mean? Like it just kind of felt that way, and I guess my preference for this franchise is much more in the vein of the original, which is why I fall to the original and the David Gordon Green trilogy
Mhm.
so much. Um, but even so I just saw I Know What You Did Last Summer, the new one.
Oh God.
Like that movie feels like somebody put the dialogue in Chat GPT and was like, make this
yes.
sound modern. Halloween 2018, for being in 2018, there is nothing about that movie that timestamps it.
Yeah.
It doesn't have 2018 dialogue. It doesn't have 2018 slang. Maybe one little bit in the prom scene. I
Mhm.
think somebody says like Soleil, or I don't know, but like people feel just normal. They seem like normal people. We can all understand. Maybe I just prefer that side of Halloween. You know what
Oh.
I mean?
Oh no, dude.
It feels like it. The best way I can describe it is it feels like those movies. I Know What You Did Last Summer, Halloween H2O. There's there. I'm sure there's more out there, but the obviously those are the two
Scream.
we're talking about. Well, Scream, the first one, I don't know, but I could see I don't know, but anyways, the two that we were talking about feel like they were really trying to cater to that young generation.
Yeah.
It was like Chris said, the corporate execs, oh, this is what the kids like. We're going to cater to them instead of making a fleshed out movie.
Well, how old were you guys in like GC? I think you're the oldest of the three here. How old were you in 1998?
I was 11.
Yeah, so like I was 9.
I was 4.
So I cannot relate to any of what they were acting like. It was still 5 years away before I was in high
Yeah.
school, which is like a lifetime of, you know what I mean?
See,
Like,
I didn't see that till I was like 13 or something. Like I didn't see that movie till like 2 or 3 years later. But I grew up in California too. Like I grew up in the West Coast until I was like 14.
mhm.
So some of that stuff, like the haircut, like the shitty haircut, that I could agree with. I mean, even though he went to a good school, but back then it was like we're getting haircuts at home, like type stuff. So we always had like that shitty haircut.
I mean, the haircut I can see, right?
Yeah.
And I grew up in California, but even the way they talked,
Yeah.
I personally, I mean, maybe it's because I like you said, I live in a town where a house is putting on the haunted house for the season. But where was I going with this?
No, it's just that same like I'm sure if I found like a New Jersey, like East Coast born raised like love horror movie, it would feel sort of detached to anybody on the West Coast. There's just
Yeah.
whole
You
different sensibility and different understanding and different like not even it's not to say like we're different people because of that, but there
Mhm.
is like people
cultural
joke.
difference.
Yeah, people joke all the time about the like the way that California girls talk. You know what I mean? And then people it's like it's kind of like when people watched Jersey Shore and they were like, "Oh, that's what New Jersey's like." And all of us in New Jersey were like, "No, that's not." So it's sort of the same way where like I'm looking at California and I'm being like, "Oh, everyone over there acts like how they did in Halloween H2O," and it's like it's not true.
They were all
But,
surfers.
you know.
Like, what's up, bro?
No, not even. Yeah, I think, especially with Halloween, the franchise, every film it feels like they're locked into a product of their time. A lot of their
Mhm.
films, like I will watch, any of the films H2O. Oh man, this feels like a movie around that time. The color grading, the way it's shot, the dialogue, the way they were dressed, the storytelling of it in general.
The music.
The music, yeah, they feel very locked into that specific time.
But you just said though, like it's only a couple years later, but the faculty doesn't feel like that.
Mm-hmm.
The faculty's written by the same guy. It's Kevin Williamson. Scream doesn't even feel like that.
Yeah.
Scream still holds up as far as like the characters. I still like the only thing I think about when I watch Scream is like, what are these 27-year-olds doing in high school? That's like the only thought that comes in my head. You know what I mean? But like when Kevin Williamson did Halloween, it almost felt like instead of naturally making it feel like these people are of a certain age group, he was told, hey, you have to channel people of this age group. It has to sound like them, has to look like that. So instead of naturally doing it, it almost feels like he was forced to, and in that there was kind of like a little bit of a shakeup.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's kind of like I think that's a prime example of producer involvement over involvement. I can't remember what I was reading or watching where I was hearing this, but it's kind of like with like the remake of Texas Chainsaw Massacres, which I love. I'm not saying they're bad at all, or the Friday the 13th. Like that was that MTV-esque things were supposed to be shot like a music video because that was what was popular at the time.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what I mean by it's very locked into that era. A lot of them, you could see a lot of that with Halloween.
Yeah, like Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Daniel Pearl, who shot the original, Marcus Nispel, the director of that, they were hired because of their music video work. So, yeah.
And heavy green throughout the whole movie.
Oh yeah.
Thank God. That looks incredible in 4K. Thank you.
Just as I remembered it.
Watching it on my VHS at home. Hell yeah.
Yeah. Well, guys, I think we've wrapped up the Halloween franchise, not only the Thorn trilogy, but Halloween in general. It's been a long week. I'm tired. Yeah. My back is tired. I'm sick and tired of being sick and tired.
I'm glad I could finally get on. Sorry about the other night.
No, dude, you're good.
Yeah.
You're good. I know I was giving you crap, but it was just me messing.
It's all right.
Let's
save
look
the
at
best for last.
the ratings, because I know we like to take a look at that. GC, do you
Yeah.
have those up?
Yeah. So let's start with Halloween 4, The Return of Michael Myers. And this one has a letterbox of 3. Well, it says 3.4 out of 5.
It's pretty good.
Where would you put that, Chris?
And as far as a rating,
Like a letterbox score.
Yeah. Like, what'd you rate it?
if I was rating on Letterboxd, I would probably give it Halloween 4. Yeah, probably like a 3.
GC, what about you?
I gave it a 3.5.
Okay.
I could kind of go either. I feel like I could slide up to a 3.5.
Mm-hmm.
Do it.
I would go 3. I wouldn't quite go 3.5. I don't know. Maybe I'm deciding that through the mindset of where I placed it in the whole Halloween franchise. So that's a 3. It's a solid movie. I had a good time with it. That's why I'm giving it a 3.
That's a good one. Well, guys, let us know in the comments what you gave the Halloween 4. But let's move on to Halloween 5, The Revenge of Michael Myers. So this one has a letterbox score of a 2.5 out of 5. Chris, what are you rating this masterpiece?
I feel like there's the problem with Letterboxd is like I feel like if it could be on any other scale, it'd be like a 2.8, but like I have to go to like a 2.5. I think for Halloween 5.
Just say 2.5, and in your actual review said this is actually a 2.8.
Yeah.
There we go.
Yeah, I feel like again it could be a scale like depending on when I watch it could be like a 2.5 to a 3.
Mm-hmm. GC.
Oh, dude, I gave it a 2. I was outraged. I was hysterical with this one.
Mm.
What about you?
Okay. It's a good question. I don't really do Letterboxd, but if I was to do this, see, because I'm trying to consider where would I put Resurrections, and I don't want to go too far back because that's getting close to Resurrections, and I hate Resurrections. So there's my conundrum right there.
Half star for Resurrections.
Yeah. Let's go. I'd say a 2.5. Story wise, it's okay. I think I like Loomis's character in that, just an unhinged drunkard.
Come and get her.
Yeah, so he saves the movie for me. So 2.5.
And Tina's pretty hot.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
and the girl that runs out in a towel to the neighbor's house. Like if I was the neighbor, I was like,
that's Rachel.
Rachel would have been like
her sister.
I'm like, why are you here in a towel? Like, am I asleep right now? Am I dreaming? I loved it. Well, let's move on to number 6, Halloween 6, The Curse of Michael Myers, aka Chris's favorite. This one is rated at let's just say, because it says 2.6, but let's say 2.5 stars out of 5.
Okay. I want to read this very brief review. Sorry. I want to read this very brief review somebody left on Letterboxd for the Halloween, The Curse of Michael Myers, which says, some of this movie is very bad, but there's also a part where Michael stabs a guy and lifts him up and impales him on some electrical stuff so he gets zapped and then his head explodes. That's the review.
And that is a good scene.
That's cool.
And then somebody else said, Michael, please get a hobby. For me, this is Halloween 6 is a solid 1.5 for me.
Dang.
Jesus.
Yeah, like that's how much I don't like this.
You're
movie.
brutal.
Good Lord, man.
That's why I don't rate on Letterboxd.
Yeah. No, I know. And the hard part too is Letterboxd. I feel like, and I talked about this last time, and I think we all agree, Letterboxd, a lot of the ratings I feel like aren't even from people who've seen the movies.
That's true.
You know what I mean? So it's very hard to choose a movie based off scores on there.
Dude, Letterboxd has become a social platform where people just trying to be wisecrackers and just be funny and popular. So
this movie was mid.
Yeah, that they just write the most outlandish shit on there just to be cool, just to get that notoriety. I always fuck up that word.
Notoriety.
There we go. But yeah, man, it's very upsetting when I read reviews on like serious, amazing movies, and I'll go in there and it's just like nonsense. I'm like, this
Guys,
person was
I
having a
was gonna say I
stroke.
want to know what you saw.
guys, there's a review for Halloween 5 on Letterboxd. It just says this one's really good if you're an idiot.
I swear, man.
Oh, okay, GZ. What do you give Halloween 6?
I'm gonna upset Chris a little bit, but
No, you don't, dude. Listen, bro, I love you either way. I don't judge you at all.
well, that's good because I gave it a 3.5. But I mean,
That's
the
a
reason,
choice.
dude, the reason why was just because I thought like especially the beginning, even though confusing as shit, like I'm giving this more based on like the look of it. I really enjoyed. It was just a nostalgic thing, seeing like Paul Rudd young. It was just I don't know. There was a cool scene where Michael kills the nurse and hangs her up and just does a head tilt, and it reminded me of like the original Halloween. It was like the exact same scene, but when he picks him up in the kitchen and like stabs him and just stares at him. So I don't know. It was just those are some of the reasons why I gave it that score. Like I didn't hate it and I also liked the way Michael looked compared to 5 and 4.
Also, there's a Letterboxd review written by the same guy who wrote that one on Halloween, Halloween H2O. That he wrote a review for Halloween 2018 and said, "The pitch: what if Halloween H2O but way better?" I love this guy. I'm gonna follow this guy right now.
That's funny.
What about you, Jordan?
I'm gonna stick with a 2.5 on this one. It gets very clunky as a story, and I am still upset that Danielle Harris did not reprise her role as Jamie. So, but Michael looked really cool in this one, so it's a 2.5 for me.
Well, there we go.
Whoa.
There's
By the way, that same guy left a review for the new Frankenstein that just said, "Yup, that's Frankenstein." Sorry,
dude, I want to see
I'll
that
stop
movie
now.
so bad.
I'll stop now.
What about The Bride? Are you gonna go see Bonnie and Clyde's The Bride?
Bonnie and Clyde presents The Bride. Yeah, both look cool. I mean, both look like very different approaches, but I'm sold. Sold on both, man.
Sweet. Well, guys, I think that does it. I had a lot of fun. It was this felt like Super Bowl for horror fans and horror YouTube people and who put out content. This is like Super Bowl week, so man, okay. Chris, why don't you tell people where to find you, what you have going on, and what's going on in Mikey Mayo's world?
Yeah, guys. I mean, currently beefing with what's a big brand of mayonnaise? So no,
Duke's
seriously,
Mayo.
Duke's. Yeah, I mean, I'm always on Instagram at a bearded film guy. I'm always over there taking some pictures. You can also find me
What are you talking about?
taking photographs. And then you can always find me at the Beyond the Blood podcast, where we, me and Steve, my good buddy Steve, our good buddy Steve, at After Hours Video, we break down genre films based on their audio commentaries. So we're always over there slinging some good information, I think. And I'm on Grindr, I'm on Tumblr, I'm on Pinterest. If I'm also on Etsy. So if you follow any of those platforms, let me know. That's it.
And his OnlyFans account is videos of desk fans just spinning, and it is literally OnlyFans.
It is. Dead serious though. If you guys are interested in following
Grindr.
anything with location's always on. Doors unlocked. If you follow Beyond the Blood at all, or you haven't yet, we're getting ready to do record our episode for Sleepaway Camp, which is very exciting because we teamed up with Encyclopocalypse Productions to do that. And then also, we just interviewed nearly most of the main cast from Sleepaway Camp all at one time. which was really cool. We kind of did a reunion with them, and it was a whole lot of fun. So that's going to be going up here in the next couple of weeks.
Nice.
Beautiful.
Chris, I'm so proud of you with that, dude. That is so cool. Man, that's awesome.
Thanks, dude. I'm stressed.
I can imagine. GC.
I think I'm pretty much everywhere. I mean, find me Face the Movies on YouTube, Instagram, Letterboxd, main platforms that I've been using. And then got a podcast, Friday Night Fright Night. You can find that on Spotify, Apple Podcast. I upload the videos on YouTube as well on my channel. I just a little bit earlier today uploaded the episode for Halloween H2O. So me and my co-host Lee from Cinema Whiplash, we did that episode, went deep dived into it, talked about a little bit of the other movies, but mainly stuck to that. It was a ton of fun. So go check that out. I also did a video about Halloween movie recommendations and TV shows. So you still have till tomorrow to check that out. Some cool stuff. But besides that, dude, yeah, man, I'm burned. I've been thinking all week. I was like, what Cinema Rewind episode should we do next week? Because we do that as well. So if you enjoy this type of stuff, I have Jordan and then Steven from After Hours. We do a Cinema Rewind episode every week, every Tuesday at 9 p.m. And we pick a movie and we talk about it, do a deep dive, usually have a guest on. So if you enjoy that stuff, subscribe and all that. Subscribe to all of us simultaneously, like all our stuff, just message us random things.
Dude, love your guys' episode on arachnophobia. That was fantastic.
You enjoyed it? Yeah?
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
Dude. Because I told you, I was like, oh, let me know if you have any suggestions or like what you thought. And he never responded. And I was like, son of a bitch.
Well, because how can I critique perfection, dude? How can I, you know what I mean?
God. Dude, thanks, man. Like
Highest level of compliment.
Dude,
Yeah,
that was a ton of fun, dude. I appreciate that, man. Because I know with your podcast and everything, you dive deep, man. Like you deep cuts. And for me, sometimes it's like I don't always do that. I'm still getting used to the research and stuff. I get caught up with work and I'm like, shit. But every episode I feel like it's getting better and better. And
yeah, that's what it comes down to, dude. And it's not like every podcast is not meant to be, you know, like Steve and I, we probably go like overboard most of the time. You know what I mean? But because it kind of ruins like accessibility, I think, for a lot of people, because people just aren't that interested. But no, what you guys have been doing, it's been improving. Literally every single episode of Arachnophobia was the most recent one that I threw on, and it was great, dude. I love that movie. I love the conversation. I think you and Lee have great chemistry, so the show works really, really well. Just had a lot of fun with it, man. I genuinely didn't have any, like, not that I would hit you up anyway and be like, hey man, you should do this. Like, but genuinely I didn't have any notes or nothing. I thought it was perfect.
Dude, I appreciate you, man.
Yeah, dude.
Right there.
Look at that.
Oh.
Hold on, here, bro. I'll show you this. Okay.
Yes.
There you go. It's beautiful. I'm feeling the love, some brotherly love in here. And then I guess for me, the Movie Den. I almost said Facebook. No.
Facebook. We're all falling asleep. We're like, oh god.
Facebook, MySpace. You know. While Chris, I don't know what he's doing.
He's reenacting part 4. Oh no, part 5.
Oh yeah, with the masks.
With the double masks.
There you go, guys. The Movie Den, Instagram, YouTube, Twitter, TikTok, or TikTok. That's what I usually call it. Anyways, you can find me on there.
Can I compliment you real quick, Jordan? Your reels have been.
Oh, I was telling him the other day.
Oh, thank you, dude. Thank you. I appreciate it, man.
Yeah, dude, you're welcome, man. Yeah.
I've been trying. I wanted to try something different rather than just posts, because everyone does posts. I'm like, let me mix this up just a little bit. And two, especially because, you know, a lot of the times I will have video idea and I'm like, well, I also have unboxings, and I don't like to do just unboxing videos all the time. So I'm like, you know, short ones like that make perfect little Instagram reels. Just something cool. Check this out. Got this in, you know, and then more of the deep dives for long content. That's kind of where my idea for that came from. But
That's
anyway,
that's the way to do it, dude. I mean,
yeah.
people don't care about posts anymore. It's more about the reels and seeing things
Mhm.
moving.
Yep. Anyways, you can find me over there talking about movies and whatnot. This wraps up our Halloween extravaganza we've been on, so I don't need to promote this anymore. But of course, Cinema Rewind I do weekly on Tuesdays with GC. I actually don't know what we're doing next week. I don't know if we decided.
No,
But
dude. Freddy got fingered.
oh gosh, that movie. I don't even. Well, I haven't even seen it, so we'll see.
Daddy, would you like some sausage?
I have a
Daddy?
piano right here, dude. Literally right here waiting.
Let's see what else. Oh, so Fear by Year, do it once a month with my buddy here, Chris, and Stephen from After Hours. Once a month, we choose a year, and we're going chronologically. So 1981 is our next. It was supposed to be this month, but this month has just been very hectic, and people's schedules have just been crazy. So we took a month off. We're going to kick back up in November. We're going to be talking about 1981 horror films. And we're going to have Evan from Rockland Graves Productions is going to be on. And it's a fun series we do. We're just, talking about stuff we love within each year. And so be on the lookout for that. Tomorrow, I do have... technically 3 videos are coming up tomorrow, which is wild. I just have a back catalog of stuff, and they're all kind of Halloween centered. So my October haul video is coming out tomorrow. My official Halloween rankings coming out tomorrow. And then tomorrow night, we did a pre-recording on Monday where we talked about Halloween 1 and 2. GC and I did. That's going to be uploading tomorrow. So you guys can watch that and pregame for your trick-or-treating. But that's about all I have.
Well, there's one more thing. We forgot to thank our sponsors for the evening.
Oh, yes. I'm not as cool as GC. I don't have QR codes to pull up.
Hey, it's okay. You know what? We have people watch cinema because they use their imaginations. So,
well, I know talking about promoting Chris here, Bearded 10 over at the movie room.
Bearded 10 at the movie room, 10% off your first purchase.
Awesome guys over there. And tell them how awesome they are. They sent you something.
Oh, dude, I can't even. I don't want to say what it was and stuff, but like
but here's what it is.
Look, no, dude, like just already, I don't. If you follow me for a long time, like I'm not a big like code pusher or like code promoter. It's just not my thing. Genuinely, every single time I share out anything about the movie room, it has nothing to do with anything except like my desire to just want people to support them. And I promise you, when you get your first box from them and you see how it's packaged, you're already going to be sold. You don't need me or Jordan or Josh or Frank or any of these guys to sell you anymore from there on just what you're getting. Like you're as a collector, you're buying from collectors. You're also supporting is probably more important than anything. So even if you don't use the code, still just go buy something in any way that you can, please.
Yep. And you always get a fun sticker as well.
Nice.
Always. Yeah.
And GC, you have some partnerships. I know Valoria and was it?
Yeah. So Valoria Video, they're on the East Coast. Awesome dude. I mean, I talk to him pretty frequently. Very big supporter. So he gave me a code Face the Movies 10, so you get 10% off your order as well. And then Monster Mall, which is MAUL, Face the Movies, and you get 10% off any used movies. So if you're on a budget, you're looking for something that's used but still almost in mid condition, you have that 10%. They have a lot of cool collectibles. Our buddy Q, the movie collector, he actually got the Freddy Krueger glove from them, like collectible one, which is awesome. And then if you use the code, you get either $1 off pre-orders or new movies. So you have those options. And all these companies, the funny thing about them, like Chris was saying, not only are they all small companies, but they all know each other. They're all friends. They all support each other. I've seen that multiple times with Valoria and the movie room, where it's like if they didn't have something, they'll point people to their direction and send business their way. So definitely love that. And at the end of the day, it doesn't matter. I mean, you could use my code or Chris's or Jordan's Movie Den 10, but it just, as long as, you save some money, you support small business, and that's all. Use them all. It doesn't matter. Get crazy. It's the holidays coming up, Christmas bonuses. Get wild.
Yeah. And then Movie Den 10. I think Chris did a perfect job promoting the movie den, or the movie
The movie den
promoting
and
the movie room.
Movie Den.
Yeah. Perfect job promoting them. So if you guys want to grab some stuff over there, go check them out. They have posters too. I got a Nightmare on Elm Street poster from them.
Nice.
So anyways, guys, well, any last words?
I guess until next time, lock your doors, keep the lights low, and remember, evil never dies. It just changes shape.
And don't forget, one of them was Annie.